in almost 15 years.
President Biden just getting a briefing at a firehouse in Santa Monica, where California Governor Gavin Newsom thanked him for acting quickly on federal assistance. President-elect Trump criticizing both President Biden and California's governor in a series of Truth Social posts. Police and fire officials are urging people to heed evacuation orders.
Hurricane-force Santa Ana winds are driving wildfires in and around Los Angeles in what L.A. County Fire Chief Anthony Maroney called a widespread disaster.
The National Weather Service has predicted a continued red flag weather event with strong winds and low humidities, placing all residents of Los Angeles County in danger.
He says there are not enough firefighters in L.A. County to address 4 separate fires of this size, and that emergency crews from Northern California as well as neighboring states are coming to help.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. L.A. County officials also asking people to conserve water amid reports of fire hydrants running dry. The president-elect meets with Republican lawmakers tonight on his second-term agenda.
What are we going to do around tax policy? Is it going to be just a straight reauthorization of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act? Are we going to add to it? Are we going to do things like no tax on tips on overtime? Florida
Congressman Byron Donalds, but some conservatives are concerned about the possibility of a big bill with multiple priorities. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's been arrested twice. 24 degrees with clear skies over the monument. Your radar is clear. 3 degrees is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:02. There's now 2 people who have been arrested in the Castleton Square Mall shooting that happened in December. Aaron McClure was arrested then but released because of a lack of evidence. IMPD said Wednesday that he's been arrested again because now they do think that they have enough evidence against him. IMPD officer Tommy Thompson speaking after the shooting happened last month.
Just think about how traumatic this was for the families. These individuals involved resorted to using gun violence again for their conflict resolution, and that does not work.
An argument is what led to the shooting of one person who's still alive but hurt. A 17-year-old's the other who was taken into custody. Indianapolis is short more than a dozen snow plows after the city got about 8 inches of snow earlier this week. Here's Ryan Hedrick.
The city had planned for 70 trucks, but only 57 are running right now. They're tackling priority routes, but they're short-handed. They're looking at 16th and 38th Streets, as well as Washington Street east to west, and they're focusing on clearing snow from downtown. The DPW says the number of trucks could change depending on truck issues and the storm's severity. More snow is in the forecast Friday. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Mike Kosh with the National Weather Service talks about the snow chances in a couple of days.
So we're looking at about 1 to 2 inches of snow over most locations across central Indiana.
The translation is not nearly what you expected to get Sunday into Monday from earlier this week. Kosh says temperatures are expected to keep dropping as well. Your low tonight in the single digits. And they got stuck in some snow. Kurt Darling reports on how 2 burglars were caught in Evansville.
Matthew Engel and Madeline Brewer are both in jail. Court documents say that they were seen outside of an elderly woman's home Monday morning, their cars stuck in the snow. When a family member of the elderly woman approached, Engel ran off, but police came and arrested Brewer when stolen items from the home were found in her stuck Jeep. Police then followed Engel's footprints in the snow, which led them to a nearby motel, and he was found hiding out there and taken to jail. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Hey, Casey, did you know that the Social Security Trust Fund is expected to run out of money in less than 10 years?
Rob, that can't possibly be true.
Oh, it is. According to Barron's, an average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income.
Multiply that by 10 or 20 years, and it could easily add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's why it's critical you have the right strategy to file for Social Security.
Discover how you could wring every nickel out of your benefits with a free customized Social Security analysis.
It's from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. You know, he's our retirement guy, too. We trust Bill, and so can you.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis now by calling
317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
Bill Demery, 317-932-9912.
With traffic on the 5s at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
Good afternoon, Harrison. Looking at southbound 65, slow traffic from the Dogleg down to 71st Street. And looking at a stall, northeast side, eastbound 465 between Keystone and Allisonville. Right lane is closed. No delay at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Wednesday evening, we'll have a few clouds overnight, but mostly clear by our Thursday morning. Low temperature around 8 degrees by Thursday morning. Winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renor Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer's here. I think the biggest story in the nation right now are the California wildfires. Look, Pacific Palisades specifically, at least 2 dead so far, multiple homes destroyed, people evacuating, 5 wildfires burning in Los Angeles and Los Angeles County, Hammer.
I was up late last night watching this kind of unfold, and I'm laying in bed, I'm scrolling through my social media feed, and because of the times we live in now where, thanks to social media, one of the redeeming qualities that it has, we get a real inside look at what's going on. People were live streaming from their neighborhoods where their trees were on fire, and you could just see the entire neighborhood, multiple homes on fire. This thing is a mess, man. It's heartbreaking. People were grabbing their children, grabbing their pets. They were trying to get out as quickly as possible. And the wind that's taking place right now in California, we're having some wind storms.
Oh, it's awful. And it's not going to end until that wind ends.
Right. Between the fire and the wind, that's making some of these blazes spread at 100 miles per hour, gusts of 100 miles per hour at times. You're talking like a hurricane of fire almost. That is just unfathomable. Now, keep this in mind. The mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, she cut the funding of the fire department by $17.6 million just a few months ago.
Sounds like a good idea where wildfires are prevalent and common, it seems like, in that area of the country, especially. Let's go ahead and, out of all the things we could cut,
right,
funding for more firefighters.
And now the second largest city in the country has firefighters going on television, local news, national news, radio, begging anybody that's a firefighter, whether you're a volunteer firefighter or you work at another department, we need you here. So they almost lost $20 million in funding. And, oh, by the way, California is awful when it comes to brush cleaning. And the city of Los Angeles did not fill the water reservoirs. Therefore, the fire hydrants in a lot of these hotspot areas are bone dry. It's a mess. And 4 months ago, Donald Trump, when he was on the campaign trail, did a rare speech in California talking about the threats of the forest and water management.
You have so much water, and all those fields that are right now barren, the farmers would have all the water they needed, and you could revert water up into the hills where you have all the dead forests, where the forests are so brittle, because no place is like California. I go to Austria. The head of Austria tells me, we have trees that are much more flammable than what you have in California. We never have forest fires because they maintain their forests. And you have all that water that could be used to as water, what they call water flow, where the land would be damp. And you'd stop many of these horrible fires that are costing billions and billions of dollars by the federal government, etc. So one thing I'm going to do for California, vote for me, California. I'm going to give you safety. I'm going to give you a great border. And I'm going to give you more water than almost anybody has.
That was Trump 4 months ago, Nige.
Yeah, and I watched that. I was watching that before we came on the air, and one of the other things he said is there's a ton of water flowing down from Canada down south to California. That was his point. It's like you guys have more water. You could have more water than you know what to do with. And one of the reasons is they're trying to save some fish, some environmental climate type of thing.
Right.
There's some fish that they're trying to save.
The water that's supposed to be in the reservoir is now in the ocean.
Yes.
Because of some sort of fish that needs a little bit more water.
You know what the other thing Gavin Newsom did there is they recently passed a law that capped insurance premiums. So a lot of these insurance companies aren't they withdrew their fire insurance. So these people that are getting their homes burned to the ground right now, currently in the Palisades, don't have fire insurance because of the caps. Now, that has partly to do with the socialist policies of Gavin Newsom. I'm not saying socialism is the reason for the fires. Don't get me wrong, but by saying, the insurance companies have a cap on the premiums for fire, then they're going to pull out and say, hey, screw it. We're not going to insure you at all. Because, there's more of a risk of fire in your home burning to the ground. Meanwhile, you're supposed to buy fire insurance as long as you have a mortgage. When you can't do that. It's so messed up in California right now. It's an absolute abject disaster, and this is the biggest story in the nation right now. And you look at those fires just in that area of Los Angeles, and it's devastating, and it's eye-opening. It's shocking.
And the mayor is nowhere to be found right now.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, the same one that cut the funding by $17.6 million, is in Africa right now on a vacation. So, we say all the time, where was Joe Hogsett when our city was burning? When we say the riots, when we talk about the riots, sometimes people will say the city was burning. There were a few things burning, but for the most part, it was just looting, destruction, graffiti. There were a few fires, but our mayor went missing. Their city is literally burning. Fires going home to home, entire neighborhood blocks burning to the ground, and the mayor is nowhere to be found.
We know where the mayor's at. She's in Ghana.
She's not in Los Angeles.
Some sort of photo op.
Right.
like she's some ambassador. What are you doing as a mayor going anywhere other than where your city needs you right now?
And even if you had this planned, and let's say you took the long flight and you got to Ghana and you're ready for the photo op, once you found out what's happening, wouldn't you immediately try to come back and address the situation? Joe Hogsett didn't, and neither did the mayor of Los Angeles.
Well, to be fair, Hogsett did the second day, or maybe the morning after the first. I can't remember the riots.
And that's okay?
He
waited till day 2? That's okay? Really?
And then threw the IMPD under the bus. We're sorry for the way the IMPD has behaved. Oh, God, every time I think about that, it makes my blood boil.
Right.
Still to this day, but no, I realize we're talking about California here in the wildfires, but I understand the comparison for sure.
But you know what, man? There's a lot of innocent people in California that probably did not vote for that mayor. I don't know how many. LA's just a liberal hellhole. But there are probably some people that were like, we told you this was going to happen. And here we are. When you get rid of the reservoir, when the fire hydrants are empty, when you cut the funding for the fire department in an area where we have a lot of drought-like conditions, there's not a lot of rain, what the hell were you thinking? These are Democrat policies coming to fruition. We'll see what happens in California, but already people are saying climate change. It's climate change. It's got to be climate change.
It's poor forest management.
It's poor forest management, and when you look at the majority of these types of fires, not every one, but the majority are caused by arson. It wasn't that long ago. They had a big fire in California started by a homeless guy that was in the forest, set a car on fire, and pushed it over the edge. And the Great Smoky Mountain Fire about 10 years ago, if you guys remember that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
There was a couple numbnut kids that intentionally set a fire. So for the Bernie Sanders of the world, maybe pump the brakes here just a little bit. Let's talk about something a little bit happier, shall we? It's a big night for TV. Haven't said this in a while.
Well, wait a minute. Last night was a big night for TV for you. You watched, I believe, some wrestling on
That was
Netflix.
Monday night.
Oh, Monday night.
Yeah, Monday, Raw went to Netflix, and it was cool. It was a great card. It was fun.
Glitchy at all?
No, it was pretty good, man. It was pretty good.
So tonight, though, another night?
Another night tonight, and this is
Really?
more of your basic television night tonight. I think I'm going to watch that new Tim Allen series. I think it looks kind of funny. So Tim Allen and Kat Dennings, she's the very large-chested girl that used to be in that show where she was a waitress.
You have to be more specific than that, but
Two
okay,
Broke
whatever.
Girls, I believe, was the name of the show.
Okay.
So Tim Allen is like the widowed owner of some restoration shop, and he lets his daughter move back home with him. And it's supposed to be like a good, funny series, but also the guy that was Stifler from the American Pie movies,
Sean William Scott?
Yeah, he works in the garage
Okay.
that Tim Allen owns.
Okay.
I like Tim Allen. I think he's funny. So I might record that.
Well, Last Man Standing, was it Last Man Standing? Was that the name of his sitcom?
Yes.
That was eventually canceled by Fox, went to another network, and it was canceled by then. And then, of course, the movie Galaxy Quest, very underrated Tim Allen movie. Just a side note.
The Christmas with the Cranks, the Santa Claus movies. I like Tim Allen. And, of course, Home Improvement, which was just iconic.
Dude, I was watching Christmas with the Cranks, kind of with my family in the background, but it was on. And there's that scene in Christmas with the Cranks where Jamie Lee Curtis is in the tanning bed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
She puts them on display.
I mean, and especially, I think that's when she was in her mid to late 40s, maybe early 50s when she filmed that.
Still had it.
I'm saying. I'm
Still had
sorry,
it.
I'm getting off on these tangents, but yeah, I like that scene.
Now, also tonight,
yes,
a special prime time Price is Right. That's when they really ramp up the prizes and they go big on it. It's a primetime special.
Okay.
Which brings us to great moments in Price is Right history. This wasn't that long ago. There was some dude named Michael, and he was wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey, and he got called down to be on the road, right? Every single time he had to bid, he bid $69. 69. Well, eventually, Drew Carey starts cracking up at this guy because he wins.
2,500.
2,500. Leslie.
1,450.
Carmi.
2,700.
Michael.
$69.
$69.
For like a diamond pendant. This is like the third time he's done it.
The actual retail price, $999.
He won, huh?
Michael, from the show.
The interview.
This is Michael Bummer. He's actual name, Michael Bummer. We were talking at the commercial break. And Michael, you're a gynecologist from Pittsburgh.
That's true, Drew. From Pittsburgh.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And if you're not laughing right now, something's wrong with you.
So in the spirit of that, what we're going to do coming up here in just a few minutes, Cameo Price is Right. Cameo Price is Right. Coming up, Nigel against Allison. Matt Baird, it's good to have you back.
Hell yeah, Hammer. Looking at eastbound 70 crash after Harding Street on the shoulder, slow back to Belmont. Inbound 65 slow at west. We have a crash southbound 69 at 465. It's on the shoulder, a little bit of a slow back to 96. And southbound 65 at the Pike, slow from the Dogleg past 86. That's because of an earlier crash. We are moving. Crash south sign, southeast street at Mills Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push to talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up a little bit later on, Tony Kennet will join us. We've got fun facts for kids. We are locked and loaded, baby. It's 27 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
shower. LD Smith has hot deals on water heaters. Save up to $300 on a new water heater install.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
The holidays are over, and the new year is here, making it the perfect time to think about the future. More specifically, it's the perfect time to think about your financial future. Right now, Howard Bailey Financial is offering a free retirement toolkit, a comprehensive guide designed to help you plan, save, and jumpstart the retirement you deserve. To get your free copy today, text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 and download your free retirement toolkit. Start 2025 off with a gift to yourself, filled with all the tools you need to plan for a positive and purpose-filled future. Just text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Make this new year your year to invest in yourself and secure a brighter tomorrow, starting today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband, and he lost weight, and his cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend lost 20 pounds her first 2 months.
What are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. And Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Building a home can be fun with Joiner Homes because they handle everything. Permits, schedules, their in-house architectural team and design studio where you choose everything is in one spot. So you're going to be able to focus on the fun stuff and not sweat the heavy stuff. Joiner Homes builds beautiful, unique homes that are character-rich, smart design homes that are affordable. Visit joinerhomes.com and be sure to check out their 5-star Google reviews. That's joinerhomes.com.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hi, this is Malia with Family Heating and Air, and as a mom myself, I know it's really important to keep the kiddos healthy. Air quality, humidity, those are super big issues on my concern list. If you share any of these concerns, give family a call, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Cameo Price is right. Hammer, please remind us what Cameo is.
It is an online service where you can pay certain amounts of money for a celebrity to create a customized video for you or your friend. Now, keep in mind, with Cameo, it's usually not the A-listers. Tom Hanks, Brad Pitt, they're not on Cameo.
You ain't getting a cameo from Leo DiCaprio.
No. But you might get one from the cast of Cobra Kai, right? That's the type of celebrities that are on Cameo. So I've got a list of celebrities in front of me and how much they charge for a personal greeting. Nigel against Allison, the first 1 to 3. It is your job to guess as close without going over how much they charge for a personalized message, okay?
Without going over.
Whoever wins gets their choice of a shot of Woodford Reserve, or you can pass it to a friend. Okay. Number 1, Andrea Barber. best known as Kimmy Gibbler on Full House. Nigel, how much does Andrea Barber charge for Cameo?
Oh, my gosh. Kimmy Gibbler. $150.
Allison.
I'm going to use a new strategy here. $69.
Allison's right.
Yeah.
Nigel went over.
Come on.
$135. For $135, Kimmy Gibbler will leave you a personal message.
$15 short on Kimmy Gibbler.
That's
all right.
embarrassing for you.
Damn it.
We go to Allison. Rock singer Kip Winger.
Oh.
She's only 17.
17.
How much does Kip Winger charge for Cameo?
I'm going to go with $69.
What if I wanted to go over? I think it's.
Then you could go 70.
I
like,
think it's
and cut her off with the legs.
Oh yeah, it's more than $69.
Then you would just go 70.
70.
Because then she'd have to be absolutely right. And you are correct, Nigel. $150.
Yeah. Whoa! More than Kimmy Gibbler.
Kip Winger, more than Kimmy Gibbler. All right, Nigel, we
Loved
go to
Winger
you.
In the 80s, man.
Former host of The Daily Show, had his own late night show, Craig Kilborn. How much does he charge for Cameo?
And he had a cameo sort of in the movie Old School.
Correct.
Right?
Craig Kilborn.
$200.
I'm going to say $100.
Allison, $150. All right, so Allison can win with this one, okay?
Damn it.
We go to you. Jerry Lopez, Indy Spanglish.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter. He's now on Cameo too.
Wow.
Well, you and I are missing out then. If Lopez is on, see, our problem is we usually do it for free. Somebody asks us to send them a message, we'll do it for free.
How much does Indy Spanglish, Jerry Lopez, charge for Cameo, Allison?
Oh, we're all judging him. $25?
God, I was going to say that.
Nige.
What if I said $1? That would.
Is that your final answer?
Is that a strategy?
Yes, it's a strategy.
Strategy.
If you think she's over, go $1.
I think she's over. $1.
$10.
Yeah!
Nigel gets the points.
Wow.
Boom!
I know where my next paycheck's going.
All right, it's coming down to this.
Okay, we're tight.
Next one to get it right wins. Friend of the show, Michael Rappaport.
That's right.
Rappaport. Nige.
I will say $250.
Allison.
I will say $150.
$199. Allison is the winner. So, Allison, would you like to take this delicious shot of Woodford Reserve?
Give it to Hammer.
Or pass it to somebody else in the room?
You know what? Yesterday or the other day, someone on Twitter says I always pass the shot, and they're annoyed about it. So I'm going to take one because that is not true.
That actually,
it was 50-50.
You're right. It is not true.
All
you don't always
right.
pass the shot.
Well, let me pass it over to you. We got girls taking shots in here.
I always lose, though.
Things are getting loose. We're having a good time. And that is how you play Cameo Price is Right.
Cheers, Allison.
Here on the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Doing everything you can to keep your house warm, but it's not working and you're still getting chilly. It might be your old, cracked, drafty windows. It might be the fact your windows haven't been replaced and it's letting the cold air in and letting the hot air out. You need Window Nation windows. I have Window Nation windows. I've been a long-time customer. And right now, 50% off all window styles, plus you pay nothing with no interest for 2 years. And according to industry experts, now is the time because energy costs are going to go up again this winter, up to 23%.
Take advantage of this deal right now. It's going to make your house feel fantastic and look fantastic. And you might even save some money on your heating and air bills, too. 50% off all style of windows. And you don't pay anything. No interest for 2 years. That's an amazing deal, but you have to call and lock it in. 866-90-NATION. At least talk to somebody. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, Bike Shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with an offer you don't want to miss. My friends at Hope Plumbing want to help their customers stay healthy by improving their water quality. Install a combo package, a new tankless reverse osmosis system, a carbon filter, and a water softener, all for $5,000. Let's face it, Indiana's water quality is pretty poor, and this water quality combo for only $5,000 can help ensure your family's drinking water is safe. Give Hope Plumbing a call or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Bundle up. 24 degrees with mostly clear skies downtown. All clear to radar. Temps drop below 5 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:32. Temperatures will be in the single digits with wind chills possibly below 0 before the week's over, says Mike Kosh with the National Weather Service.
We got an Arctic air mass, high pressure, that'll be moving over central Indiana, well, over the Ohio Valley overnight tonight. And that'll bring with it Arctic air and some clearing.
He says snow is also expected to return Friday, a couple inches at most. At least 2 people have been killed, many more hurt because of fires spreading in Southern California. Fox's Tanya J. Powers reports.
Hurricane-force Santa Ana winds are driving wildfires in and around Los Angeles in what L.A. County Fire Chief Anthony Maroney called a widespread disaster.
The National Weather Service has predicted a continued red flag weather event with strong winds and low humidities, placing all residents of Los Angeles County in danger.
He says there are not enough firefighters in L.A. County to address 4 separate fires of this size, and that emergency crews from Northern California as well as neighboring states are coming to help. L.A. County officials are asking people to conserve water amid reports of fire hydrants running dry. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
More than 70,000 people under some sort of evacuation order. That includes much of Pasadena. An 18 and a 20-year-old were arrested by IMPD for being involved in an armed robbery of a Dollar General store on the east side. Police say that they had pointed a gun at an employee, took cash from the register, and then took off. Police found the two at a nearby Family Dollar. They were arrested in an alley behind the store. First responders in Indianapolis are forming a new initiative to make sure those having a mental health crisis get the right response. The city already has the clinician-led MCAT team, but they're not a 24/7 operation, so IMPD, Indianapolis Fire, and IEMS are teaming up to fill the gap.
A law enforcement response isn't always necessary or appropriate for these runs.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey, Mayor Joe Hogshead, says the goal is to divert those who need help away from jail and into treatment whenever MCAT can't respond. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:34.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Zero Res, and here's some really great news. Zero Res has gone flat out for the new year with their biggest and best sale of the year at 24% off all their services. All I can say is wow. Zero Res techs do it all when it comes to cleaning, and not just carpets, but also tile and rugs and upholstery, and literally every surface in your home can be Zero Resified, including your air ducts. It really is the best time of year to call the cleaning pros at Zero Res, and they're sure doing their part with this 24% off all their great cleaning services. And with their Gotta Love It guarantee, they're going to make sure your investment with them is a great experience that you'll never, ever regret. There's nobody better at cleaning than Zero Res. The Zero Res service is easy to line up, and you can go online at ZeroResIndy.com to do the scheduling at your convenience. Just call them and mention WIBC. It's Zero Res. Call 317-388-5141 or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com. That's ZeroResIndy.com.
With traffic at 3:35, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, I'm looking at a crash on the west side coming into downtown eastbound as 70 at Belmont. Left lane is blocked. Traffic jam back to Holt Road. Southbound 65 stop and go traffic from 21st Street to Meridian Penn. Inbound 69 is stall on the exit to 465. It's on the shoulder. A little bit of slow back to 96. And a crash south side east of Mills. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Wednesday evening, we'll have a few clouds overnight, but mostly clear by our Thursday morning. Low temperature around 8 degrees by Thursday morning. Winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renar Sudis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hammer. It's funny to watch liberals try to embarrass Donald Trump before he is inaugurated here in just a few days. It's still going on, and it's like nobody cares. January 6th came and went without so much as a mouse fart,
right.
I feel like. I mean, besides the fact that Kamala Harris smashed the glass ceiling and was the first woman to certify the Electoral College, which there was a law placed after January 6th that said that vice president doesn't have any real role in that whatsoever.
Right.
And then it was my favorite, by the way, and then we can get on with this. When she certified the election, she said Donald Trump got more votes than Kamala Harris, and everybody stood up and started laughing there, clapping in the chamber.
Right.
And it was the same when she announced Vance over Walls. Just everybody started just clapping. She was hitting the gavel.
Right.
All right, everybody, all right. But, yeah, last call for libs trying to embarrass Donald Trump before he's sworn in.
Let's go back to January 6th for just a moment here, because you're right. Like, there were a few media outlets that really tried pushing content out there. Like, The Star really tried. Who's that one little wiener that works at Politico?
You're going to have to be more specific. Pencil Neck?
Pencil Neck, thank you. Pencil Neck was trying to stir stuff up, but
still didn't come up with a name, but I know who you're talking about.
The self-admitted Pencil Neck. But they tried a little bit. I think Channel 13 tried to push some stuff out there, like just the way they would frame things. 4 years ago, this country had a riot take. Like everything tied into January 6th, but they weren't getting any engagement. Nobody gives a damn because I think people know what that thing was. They've seen the video now of like some dork in a Viking helmet walking out. He's being shown around. The ropes are, right there. It's not quite the bloody, bloodthirsty Trump supporters that they thought it was.
I do think there's probably people that deserve to go to jail.
Sure.
I will be consistent in that when we're talking about the summer of love. But when you have people trying to break into police precincts, burn them down, which was accomplished at various points throughout the summer of love in 2020. Those same people were applauding that, saying, well, these were mostly peaceful riots. They were just aghast at what happened January 6th with people kind of taking a tour through the Capitol, staying between the velvet ropes. And those are the people that need to be pardoned from Donald Trump. I'm not saying everybody does. And there are also some people that make very good arguments, and I'll listen to them, that everybody needs a blanket pardon, and then we could go back and look at the people that were violent.
The people that went into the Capitol, and again, disagree with it, but they didn't kill anybody. There are murders that happen every single day across this country that nobody gives a damn about, a dork that looks like he went skiing comes out with the podium. Our country almost succumbed to these people. Stop it.
Yeah, the only one, it was a Trump supporter, Ashley Babbitt, a veteran that was shot point blank range. Nary a weapon on her. Nothing at all threatening about her. Shot at point blank range, and the guy that shot her, the Capitol policeman, was given all but given a medal.
Right.
Which I can guarantee you the summer of love, if somebody would have broken into a police precinct unarmed and shot point blank range by a police officer, it'd be a very different story.
You're 100%
but I mean,
right.
the bigger general point is the fact that liberals are still trying to embarrass Donald Trump before he is inaugurated, and it's just not working.
So first you had this New York judge, Marchand, refusing to toss out the hush money case. And most folks in the legal world look at that and go, listen, from everything the Supreme Court said to even the information in this case, this is a nothing burger. The folks before Alvin Bragg, they hated Donald Trump too, but they didn't move forward with this. But you had Marchand say, you know what? We're going to have a sentencing for him on January 10th. Now, there's no jail time. It's all for show.
It's symbolic almost.
Just to try to embarrass Donald Trump. Now, Trump is trying to get the Supreme Court to pause that little sentencing thing yet. We haven't heard back from the Supreme Court. Maybe we won't in regards to that because we're 2 days away from go time here. But now you've got Merrick Garland, which, thank God, this loser is not on the Supreme Court. Good God. The Attorney General, Merrick Garland, says he will release that special counsel report from Jack Smith.
Deranged prosecutor. He's deranged. Jack Smith, deranged.
He's going to release part of it because a court came in and said, you can't release the whole thing. We're not allowing you to do that. Kick rocks, you dork. But Garland, the Attorney General, says he will release portions of it.
Who cares?
This is in regards to the Trump trying to illegally undo the 2020 election results.
In the classified documents.
All of that crap.
The FBI raiding Melania's underwear drawer.
12 days away from a lot of this crap going away, hopefully for a long time. If Kash Patel does his job, if Pam Bondi does her job, if Kristi Noem does her job, hopefully a lot of this crap goes away here in about 12 days. Allison, hit me with a little mood music, please.
Boingo, boingo.
We've got a science update, Nige. The 5-second rule has no basis in reality, according to some scientists who write an article in Popular Science magazine. Now, you know what the 5-second rule is, right?
If you drop a piece of food on the floor and it's not sitting there longer than 5 seconds, you pick it back up, it's still edible?
Correct. Most foods, right? Like if you drop applesauce on the ground, like it doesn't matter how long it's going to be, you're probably screwed. But if you drop a candy bar or something like that, 5-second rule, pick it right back up. Most people move forward with that. But now we're spending dollars, research dollars, to prove that that's malarkey, as Joe Biden would say. Chicago scientists determined that bacteria transfers to food very quickly. And then another group of scientists at Clemson University discovered that the contaminated tile of a floor transfers 99% of its bacteria to a piece of bologna in just 5 seconds.
See, I wouldn't pick up a piece of bologna if I dropped it on the floor, much less a carpet.
Right.
But even a wooden floor, I wouldn't, or a piece of turkey, if I'm making a turkey sandwich, I'm not picking that up. But
candy bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Three something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with that. And besides, I don't think the science community is in any position to start lecturing me after all the bull crap they tried to feed me during COVID. Well, the science says you have to be 6 feet apart.
It was the complete opposite of science for the social distancing.
Right.
And that's not just us talking out of our arse. That's been documented. The CDC, everybody was like, well, should we make it 3 feet? No, well, nobody's going to do, 12 feet. No, nobody's going to do 12 feet. 3 feet. Let's do 6 feet. Can we agree 6 feet?
It was a compromise.
Yeah. It wasn't science.
The science told us if you go to a restaurant, if you're sitting down, the Rona can't get you. But if you're standing up, you have to put on a mask. So if you're standing up to wait to go to a table, you have to have a mask. But when you sit down to eat, you can take it off. There's no science in that.
Just like there's no science in whatever study you were just talking about with the 5-second rule.
Right. So yesterday, we were talking about how it was National Pass Gas Day. Did you celebrate last night, Nige?
Always. Every day, all day. And I think generally speaking, Pass Gas Day is a funny way to promote gut health, to encourage people to, let it out, don't hold it in.
Right,
There's some sort
of
medical thing here, some sort of higher lesson to be learned from Past Gas Day, but it's just funny to say that.
Well, if there's a lesson to be learned from that, consider me a professor. Yesterday was National Pass Gas Day.
Yes,
and
Professor Hammer, go on.
You know what they call that in the state of California, right?
You're on the edge of the seat and you make a miscalculation. Everyone gags and they breathe in bags to avoid suffocation. It's understood and it don't smell good. It's califlatulation.
See what we did there? See what we did there?
Outside and you try to hide your gaseous fermentation.
Come on.
The waiters hold their breath during the entire evacuation. You're left sitting there in a cloud of dirty air. Dream of califlatulation. Dream of califlatulation.
You know who used to sit in this chair? Mike Pence.
Yeah, there he.
Are you around my age, mid-40ish, looking for a new investment strategy, one that'll take you to retirement age? I get it. Matt Bear here. Hey, the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth are a great place to start the process. Their portfolios are designed for you. It is a fiduciary designed with their clients' best interest in mind. Call today. Get to know the team and schedule your complimentary consultation. 317-480-4040. We have different goals, right? And different goals require their own unique plan for the future. That's where Trajan Wealth's fiduciary advisors come in. Trajan Wealth is strong and start on their own. They're independent, meaning they can offer any product they want. They're not bound to a single product line. It's the ultimate in financial plan customization. Trajan Wealth's investment team always checking and evaluating the markets for you. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth to schedule your free consultation, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com today. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple, like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Brian Regan.
My doctor looked at me and said, Brian, you are way too sedentary. So I vowed in that moment to get a dictionary.
Brian Regan live on stage.
But I haven't gotten around to it, just been laying around the house. There's a line around the house.
This Thursday night at Clues Memorial Hall. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or the Venue box office. Don't miss Brian Regan.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention.
Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar at 8. And January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
B is offering 1 bath remodel for as low as $99 a month, or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Hammer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indie Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, if you have not heard the video that is now out of Colts owner Jim Irsay talking to his team in the locker room.
Oh, no.
After beating the Jags.
I haven't.
We're going to play that for you coming up right after Matt Bear's traffic.
Yeah, west side hammer crash eastbound 70 at Belmont. Left lane is blocked and traffic stop and go back to Holt Road. We're jammed up, in fact, for a 7-minute delay. Inbound 65 slows from 29th to Meridian Ped. Eastbound 465 on the north side slowing down Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Slow coming southbound 69 to 465 on that ramp to southbound 465. Crash south side east at Mills. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in little as 1 day, and the financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, 27 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. So there's a couple different videos making their way around social media. One of them, I believe our pal Kevin Bowen put this out on Twitter on Sunday. It shows Jim Irsay coming off the elevator, going to the Colts locker room, but he's on some sort of device. It's a mix of like a wheelchair, a scooter, and an elliptical. It's kind of this stand-up thing. It's like a motorized deal.
It was motorized.
Yeah.
He was controlling. I thought it was coming out of the locker room or something like that.
Yeah, it's very bizarre, okay? That's fine, whatever. But now, today making its way around is the audio and video of the speech that he gave the Colts after they beat Jacksonville in that meaningless final game of the regular season. Now, we're going to play this for you, but it's so embarrassing. Not because Jim sounds bad. I mean, honestly, I expected him to sound worse from the things we've heard about Jim Irsay. He doesn't sound any worse than he has last couple of years, right? Sounds okay. But it's just such a embarrassing message. Like, it's a participation trophy.
Did he do We Will Rock You Again?
No, he didn't do that, but here, just listen.
Everyone have a good offseason. Be safe. Obviously, we're disappointed, but we are 1-0 in 2025, and we have a lot of work to do. But we're still proud of the effort you guys put forward. Let's find a way back to our greatness. That's what my goal is, and as you guys are the same as me, we're committed, to winning. And so far, I know this year's been a disappointment, but I'm proud of you guys that you fought back and won in overtime to get us to 8-9. Very proud. I wish, we could have a couple different plays. Could have been a different year. But we will work hard, and we certainly appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and Coach, why don't you take us out?
Was he talking to Bradley? Coach, actually, I didn't mean take us out. Coach Gus Bradley, get out.
Take your stuff and go.
The defensive coordinator, the sacrificial lamb.
That part where he talks about how proud he is that they won this meaningless game in overtime to get them to 8-9. Like, that is such... Is this where the bar is at right now? Like, oh, my God, we're congratulating these dudes for getting to 8-9? Man, it has fallen a long way since number 18 was the quarterback. It's fallen a long way since number 12 was the quarterback.
I was going to say,
Say what you want about Andrew Luck, but at least the dude, you know, when he played, went out there and won.
We're running it back, apparently, to use the words of an individual. Right?
That is so cringeworthy. 1-0 in 2025. I'm so proud that you got us to 8-9. You know what? You know what, Nigel? I'd rather hear Jim Irsay do the "We Will Rock You."
Well, I say we end with this. You guys can follow me. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hold on.
We will rock you. We will rock you.
Top stories next.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, what an amazing deal going on. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. That's right. For every 2 windows you buy, you'll get the next 2 more absolutely free. That's right. For every 2 windows you buy, you'll get the next 2 more absolutely free with no limit and 36 months of no interest financing. That's 3 years to pay for your windows without a single cent of interest. Plus, if you've already received a quote from another company, bring it to Universal Windows Direct and they'll beat it. That's their commitment to giving you the best quality and value for your home. Now, some restrictions might apply, so call Universal Windows Direct today at 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574 to get all the details and schedule your free in-home estimate. Or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. universalwindowsdirect.com. 317-659-7574. Tell them Rob sent you.
Guy Relford here. Time again for the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show this coming weekend at the State Fairgrounds, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's never been a more important time to exercise our rights as true Americans. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See the best in sporting, hunting, and personal protection gear, plus great displays of Americana. Come see us this weekend at the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show, Friday 2 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 4. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See you there.
Get C&J's 6-point well inspection for the low price of only $285, and if you book now, you get double value from it because that $285 can also be used as a credit towards any other purchase above $900 for things like well cleaning, pump replacement, tank installation, or a new hydrant. This is Denny Smith, and you need to get this winter special before the season's in deep freeze. Just call C&J. Great systems and great people, too. 317-852-WELL. That's 317-852-WELL.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
Coming up in 2 minutes, someone's been arrested a second time in the Castleton Square Mall shooting from last month. It's only going to keep getting colder the next several days, and why the Colts owner Jim Irsay remains optimistic despite a forgettable season. Those stories coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Thousands are on the run. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. From what's now the most destructive wildfire in Los Angeles history, the Pacific Palisades fire exploding to more than 12,000 acres in hurricane-force Santa Ana winds, destroying more than 1,000 structures.
Firefighters are here, but they are essentially the homes that are already burning. They've had no choice but to let them burn. Their resources are stretched so thin here that this has been a life-saving operation rather than a property-saving one for much of the last 24 hours or so.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in Pacific Palisades. Actor Steve Guttenberg evacuated his Palisades home and tells Fox News he's trying to help others any way he can.
I saw a little dog that I tried to save, and it ran away from me. I went down to Mescal Boulevard, fire on both sides. All the houses are on fire. All the grocery stores, all the theaters, the theater is on fire. The Women's Club is on fire. It's just a terrible, terrible thing right now.
Tens of thousands under evacuation orders in several L.A. area fires. One of those fires now blamed for at least 2 deaths. A home hockey game tonight for the L.A. Kings is now postponed. The NBA's L.A. Lakers are scheduled to play in the same arena tomorrow night. The NFL also monitoring potential fire impacts on playoff prep. President Biden heading back to Washington after a briefing at a Santa Monica firehouse, pledging as much federal help as needed.
It's going to take time. We're in it. The federal government is here to stay as long as you need us and everything you need.
The president, alongside California's governor at that stop, added to a previously scheduled California trip. President-elect Trump criticizing both the president and governor and describing the fires as emblematic of what he calls gross incompetence and mismanagement. A mixed day on Wall Street, the Dow up 106 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Arrested not once, but twice. Skies mostly clear with temperatures in the mid-20s downtown. Nothing to worry about on your radar. Low of about 3 degrees tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. There's now 2 people arrested in the Castleton Square Mall shooting case from December. Here's John Herrick.
Aaron McClure was arrested in December but released because of a lack of evidence. IMPD said on Wednesday, though, that he's been arrested again because they believe they do have enough evidence against him now. Here's IMPD Officer Tommy Thompson expressing his frustration last month.
Just think about how traumatic this was for the families. These individuals involved resorted to using gun violence again.
An argument led to the shooting of one person who is alive but injured. A 17-year-old has also been taken into custody. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Temperatures will be in the single digits with wind chills possibly below 0 this week, says Mike Kosh at the National Weather Service.
We got an Arctic air mass, high pressure, that'll be moving over central Indiana, over the Ohio Valley overnight tonight. And that'll bring with it Arctic air and some clearing.
Snow is also expected Friday, a couple inches at most. Indianapolis is short, over a dozen snow plows after nearly 8 inches of snow fell earlier in the week. The city planned for about 70 trucks, but only 57 are currently able to be on the road, clearing priority routes like 16th, 38th, and Washington Streets, as well as downtown areas like on the Circle. The DPW says truck numbers could change depending on vehicle issues getting sorted out and the storm's severity. More snow, as mentioned before, expected Friday. And Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay offered a positive message to his team after their season ended this past Sunday.
We are 1-0 in 2025, and we have a lot of work to do.
They closed the season with an overtime win over Jacksonville. Irsay said he was proud of the effort his team showed in the game. The Colts ultimately missed the playoffs for the 4th straight year. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and the holidays are gone, and it's time to get your house back to the clean you love. And Zerorez is doing their part to help with their best offer of 24% off all their cleaning services. All of them. Floors, tiles, carpets, rugs, upholstery, even your air ducts. Don't miss this deal. Get it all Zerorez-ified with a 24% off January sale. Look, this is the best Zero-Res offer I've ever seen, and it won't last long. The Zero-Res pros know how to get your carpets and floors and rugs and upholstery and ductwork too really clean. And they can help you deal with the deeply embedded dirt, dander, and allergens, not to mention the pet stains and some of your stains. The game changer is the patented ZR water that uses no soap, leaves no residue, and there are no harsh chemicals because they just aren't needed to get things really clean. I just love these folks. Just call them. Mention WIBC, get 24% off right now. Call 317-388-5141 or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com.
The traffic on the 5s at 4:05. How are the roads looking, Matt Bear?
West side, we're struggling. Eastbound is 70 crash at Belmont. That's blocking the left lane of traffic, stopping us to Holt Road. And then right after that, well, not all right. It's eastbound 70. At Belmont, Harding area, and that is a stall blocking the right lane. So two problems there coming into downtown from the west side. Looking at the east side, stalled northbound 465 at Penn Pike. It's in the Gore Point, slowing us almost to I-70. Eastbound 465, stop and go traffic, Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Inbound 69 slows 96 to 465 and crash south side, East Street at Mills. Traffic sponsored by Straight Talk Wire. Listen to your more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop. Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Wednesday evening, we'll have a few clouds overnight, but mostly clear by our Thursday morning. Low temperature around 8 degrees by Thursday morning. Winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renar Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's... Man, I'm getting a little bit emotional, Nige.
What's that?
I don't know how many more times we're going to have the opportunity to do this. Maybe it's more than I think. I don't know. But I'm going to cherish every moment.
All right.
Let's check in with a wheelin', dealin', hair-sniffing, kiss-stealing Joe Biden.
I got hairy legs.
Happy birthday, dear Albert. Katanji drowned Jackson.
So Joe Biden gave this big interview to Susan Page of the USA Today.
So what?
Moving on.
All right, next story. No, I understand where you're going with this because it had to do with some of the pardons, some of the future pardons.
Correct. Biden said he's considering, might give Liz Cheney and Dr. Fauci preemptive pardons, according to this interview. Now, the White House lawyers, they're studying up on preemptive pardons. And I guess Joe has been asking his legal team to study up on it and his aides. But it's not just Cheney and Dr. Fauci. It could be Mark Milley. It could be Chris Wray. It could be Justice Department lawyers. It could be himself, his worthless brother, Pelosi, Kinzinger, the whole Biden crime family, Nige.
Let's start with Dr. Fauci. Why would Dr. Fauci need a pardon? What did he do wrong? What was wrong? I mean, the face of the COVID-19 lockdowns and the authoritarianism and the possible funding of gain-of-function research?
That would be a good place to start. Right there.
Well, but why, Joe Biden, nothing, according to the Biden administration, was done wrong.
Well, according to Joe Biden, he doesn't know his left from his right. He thinks that Andrea Waters King's name is Velvet. So maybe you take his word, a little less than what you used to. The fact of the matter is, you've got guys like Rand Paul that have been on to Dr. Fauci from moment one. They knew it was his gain-of-function research. They knew he was lying under oath when he spoke to Washington, when he spoke to lawmakers. So they're wanting to go after him. And you know what? I'm here for it. So I am anticipating Joe to cover every track that he has.
And then Liz Cheney, of course, the failed congresswoman who lost hand over fist to, is that the right expression? I don't know. She, just got boat raced in her campaign.
and she was on the committee for January 6th. The January 6th committee for Donald Trump was the opposition weren't allowed to have anybody on the opposing side.
Trump wanted Jim Banks to be part of it.
Exactly. Nope.
And they
Nancy
told him
Pelosi, no, thank you, nothing. So I just want to know again, if he's considering pardons for these people, what did they do wrong?
They're going to spin it as it's just Trump coming after them. But the real reality is, where there's smoke, there's fire. Cheney's been destroying evidence in the January 6th little soiree for a while. Fauci's been lying to the public for a while. And then, of course, you look at the Biden family, that whole money embezzlement scheme, which, again, I'm looking at the oversight committee here. What would you say you do here? I'm giving them the Office Space speech. Like, we get a lot of great quotes out of Comer, and we get a lot of TV interviews out of these people. You know exactly what was going on. You've got the receipts. You've got the paper trail. Why haven't you pressed charges on these people yet?
It was a sham committee. It was a sham impeachment. Everybody knows it. And again, Donald Trump's side was not allowed to be presented during these committee hearings. I don't care what you say. Like you said, Banks was supposed to be a part of it. Nancy Pelosi was kind of the head of this thing, and they never, ever let the opposing side have a viewpoint or have testimony or anything.
And speaking of Jim Banks,
it was Kinzinger that was the Republican.
Yes,
viewpoint.
Right. That's who. It was Kinzinger. See, it's a bipartisan commission.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Banks, we've got some fun news, I think, here. It's exciting. If you want to find out what's going on in Washington, if you want to find out how Indiana values are being represented in Washington, the representative, soon to be senator, will be coming on with us twice a month, every single month. So if you've got questions, if you've got something you want us to ask, we'll see if we can run it by the soon-to-be Senator Jim Banks when he joins us bi-monthly here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Going back to Biden for just a moment, though.
Oh, do we have to?
Again, this dude, he feels like he's been done dirty by his party, right? So he's got no loyalty to anybody. He doesn't give a damn if it looks bad that he pardons himself or his family. He's already pardoned his coke-sniffing son. So,
not to mention commuting the death sentences of child rapists and killers.
Right. He does not care. And the gall of this dude. So according to this USA Today story, Biden met with Trump in the Oval Office a week after the election, and Biden was telling President-elect Donald Trump, do not go forward with threats to target those who have criticized him. All the Biden administration has done is go after Donald Trump. They're still trying to do it. And yet he's got the testicular fortitude to wag his finger at Trump and say, get ready, pal. You better not go after anybody.
Yeah, but look what happened with Donald Trump in 2015, 2016. Lock her up. Hillary Clinton, he decided when he got into office, you know what? The American public doesn't want this. We don't need to be divisive. How did the Democrats repay Donald Trump for not going after somebody who could have probably at least been culpable or proven culpable or exposed with the emails and the servers? Hillary Clinton, how did they repay him after that? Multiple impeachments, the Russia collusion. Some would accuse the alphabet mafia, FBI, blah, 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 of colluding with big tech and social media about Hunter Biden's laptop.
And then they had their cronies in the state level go after him in New York, Georgia, and Florida.
Yes. But, good thing Donald Trump didn't want to be divisive and go after Hillary Clinton for the emails and the servers.
You know what? Game on. Again, Kash Patel.
Saying. Clean
house and go after these corrupt, just rotten, no good pieces of trash. It's time to fight back. Let's go. If you're looking for a reason to drink tonight, Nige,
okay.
Allison, mood music, please. Today would have been the 90th birthday of Elvis Presley.
Wow.
Today, Elvis would have been 90. Now, my wife tells me this all the time because she's a bit of a historian. In his prime, Elvis Presley may have been the best-looking human being that's ever walked this planet. Like, young Elvis was a brand. That was a good-looking dude. And
yeah, but he died when he was 42. So are you talking about when he was 17?
Well, when he was coming out with, like, Heartbreak Hotel and stuff like that.
I understand. I get it.
Like, you're not one for history, are you, Nige? You don't know there was a good-looking Elvis before there was a fat Elvis, right?
I'm more familiar with fat Elvis.
Okay.
Just because I identify with him.
I get it. But case could be made.
No, I understand.
Some would argue maybe young James Dean, whatever the case is. But young Elvis was a good-looking dude, and he would have been 90 today. So in honor of the King's birthday, I got a couple covers for you. We like cover songs on this show. Of
course.
Tell me if any of these move the needle for you. I think the most iconic cover is at the end of the movie The Blues Brothers, where Jake and Elwood do Jailhouse Rock. Okay, so there's that. And a different Elvis song, Burnin' Love, one of my favorite Elvis songs.
Oh.
It's what the kids would call a banger back in the day. Here's Kelly Clarkson doing a little hunka burnin' love. I like Kelly Clarkson. I think she's got a great voice.
I do too. I think I like Elvis better, though, on that song.
Here is Justin Timberlake doing an encore in Nashville where he did Heartbreak Hotel.
Since my baby left, found a new place to build. Instead of being the lonely streets, Heartbreak Hotel, baby.
Pretty traditional to the original version.
I think, although I would say Timberlake's voice is a lot higher in that version.
Okay.
Whatever that's worth.
So what if I told you we've got a cover song from Elvis? Thanks to the magic of AI and our friends at There I Ruined It, here is AI Elvis performing Baby Got Back.
Oh, I like big butts and I cannot lie.
All right.
You are the brothers I can't deny. That when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round penny in your face, you get sprung. Oh, well, you get sprung. And deep in the jeans she's wearing, I looked and I can't stop staring. Baby got back.
I like it.
Don't want none.
I'm here for it.
Okay, that was good.
AI Elvis channeling a little Sir Mix-a-Lot there. Matt Baer, what's going on?
Eastbound 70 West Side. We have a stall, and it's right around Harding Street. A little bit after that, and traffic is jammed up past Belmont, almost to Tibbs Avenue. Inbound 65 slow roll off MLK to Meridian Penn. East side, southbound 465 loaded. Washington 2 south at Shadeland. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic before 96 to 465, and eastbound 465 slows up Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score deep discounts and deeper sleep during Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale aimed clearance. Get up to 60% off select mattresses and more, plus get a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Did you watch the Elvis movie where the dude won the...
I
Didn't
did.
he win an Academy Award, whoever played him?
Austin Butler, was that his name?
Yeah. Did you like it? And then Tom Hanks was his evil manager.
Colonel Parker, yeah. There was too much Hanks in the movie. Too much Colonel Parker in the movie. A little less Tom Hanks would have made that movie a lot better. Because, man, Austin Butler really was good as Elvis.
Does it show Elvis? I haven't seen it. Does it show him at 42 when he was at his end? I mean,
Yeah.
that's young.
Oh,
to
yeah.
be as in bad a shape as he was there towards the end.
Yeah. I mean, you run the gamut. You get young kid Elvis up through good-looking young Elvis, and then, the comeback, fat Elvis. Yeah, Austin Butler's really good in that, but Tom Hanks, his character was playing a real part, but it just wasn't very good.
I'd still like to see it.
26, on our way to a low of 8 freaking degrees tonight. That's going to be the low here at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Fun round of Is This Anything? That's next. Come on back.
Can you kick off the new year with big savings on gig speed? Only with Xfinity, now through January 16th. Get gig internet at home for $25 a month for 1 year when you add an unlimited mobile line, which connects you to gig speed Wi-Fi on the road. Act fast today and save more than $650 over AT&T and Verizon in your first year. Plus, hurry and take advantage because right now you can also get a free 5G phone with trade-in. So save big and stay connected to what you love with fast gig speed internet and mobile. From home to hotspots, this new year, it's all about gig speeds and big savings. Don't wait and get gig speed internet. Spend less green and switch to Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com/gig savings to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. $40 internet discount applied to mobile bill. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Savings compared to Verizon Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Welcome Line and AT&T Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Starter Line. Xfinity internet required. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indy. Darren Andrews, clinic director, is here to tell us more.
The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Grow your hair back today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your evaluation. 317-522-2995.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yo.
Is this anything? A video of a 22-year-old Hooters waitress trying to flirt her way out of a DUI is going viral.
Well, shoot your shot.
The arresting officer had his body cam rolling. This happened in Florida. This young lady appears to be overserved, and she was trying to pull every trick in the book to get out of this thing.
We're gonna make out here. Okay. Gonna make out here.
No, we're not. Here,
turn off lights.
right there.
Turn off lights.
All right.
I gotta pee, bro.
I know.
Bro, I gotta pee.
Okay, do you want to try this first exercise for me?
I will do anything for you, Daddy.
All right. Can you put your feet together?
I'll put my feet together.
And your hands on your side.
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Okay. Are you wearing contacts right now?
Are you wearing contacts right now?
No, I'm wearing glasses. Hey, Sophia. Here,
I swear to God, I'm wearing contacts.
Like 2 seconds.
Why are you such a nerd, bro?
She was lifting up her She was dressed in sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and she lifted up her sweatshirt and showed her Hooters halter top.
Right. She had came from work, apparently, because it's on underneath, and was showing off the goods, trying to get him to make out with her.
She was coming from work, and then she lifted up her sweatshirt, and she's, what does Rob Kendall say? Well assembled?
Well assembled.
God love her. I mean, she did pull out all the stops, like you said. You want to make out? Let's make out.
Was calling him daddy.
Officer said, no, we're not. And then she did look, if I'm with some chick and she's kind of out of her mind and I gotta pee, what do you do?
And there's like 18 E's at the end of that P.
I gotta pee. That's how you know she really has to pee. And then something about anything daddy. Or
right.
Anything. And then she called him a nerd at the end. Look, you got to shoot your shot, but yeah, she was clearly inebriated. I watched the whole thing. Good on the officer for getting her off the road. Yes, this is something. But boy, I think I feel like this is something to where she could parlay it into being some sort of Hawk Tuah thing.
Right.
Even though Hawk Tuah didn't do anything illegal.
Correct.
But just the fact that I gotta pee.
Can I hear that one more time?
Yeah,
please,
I want to hear some of it again.
Oh, I gotta pee.
18 E's at the end of that.
22 years old. Hopefully she gets her life together. Come on, sweetie, you know better than that.
By the way, has anybody seen the Hawk Tuah girl ever since she kind of screwed people over on crypto?
Yeah, I think the 15 minutes might be up.
Allison, I know you were a big fan of the Talk Tuah podcast. There hasn't been a new episode since the crypto scandal, correct?
I don't know. We'll have to search her down though. But
yeah, she's gone in hiding. Like whoever her legal team is like, that's enough hawking for right now. You just sit there, shut up, and we're going to try to keep you out of federal prison for a crypto scam.
She might want to start filling out some applications for administrative jobs.
Yes.
Probably at this point.
Is this anything? How old should somebody be before they get a tattoo? People online are having a debate because...
Well, wait a minute. It's 18, right?
Well, I think so in some states, but each state, I guess, is different. In Arizona, it's legal for kids, if they have their parents' consent, to get a tattoo pretty much at any time.
No.
And there's a young girl that was 9 years old and got tatted up.
It is one of the most frustrating things about our career field. If you see a 10-year-old child with a professional-looking tattoo and they said they got it at a tattoo shop, that kind of degrades us as a whole.
I wouldn't let my daughter underage get any tattoo. No way. No, that's crazy.
No, I don't agree. I think they should wait a while.
I think if you let your teenagers do what they want, they slow it down on it quicker. If you tell them they can't, they're going to find a way, and they're going to do it 3 times.
So those were tattoo artists and some other parents, and that last parent was like, hey, just let them do whatever they want. They can do it anyway. I think it's incredibly white trash if you let your 9-year-old get a tattoo. And it happened, I'm looking at this now. This was last year. This girl came in with her parents asking for a neck tattoo of Donald Trump. Hey, look, supporter of Donald Trump. I like his policies. Don't agree with everything he does, but if my 9-year-old said, hey, can you take me to the tattoo parlor? It's legal in Arizona. Can you get me a Trump neck tattoo? I'd say, hell no. Their parents took this girl into the tattoo shop, and the guy that was giving the tattoo said, I'm not doing that, but I'll give you an American flag tattoo. And then she came in to get it like... she wanted it touched up. Real thing, real story. 9-year-old, flag tattoo, neck. Yeah, that's the most incredible white trash thing I've ever heard of in my life. Sorry.
I just have a gut feeling that this 9-year-old at no point in her life is going to be called doctor or lawyer, right? Counselor. You don't show up to an interview, with all the credentials and a big Donald Trump tattoo on your neck and expect to get that job, right?
Excuse me, Judge, I'd like to enter a plea. No.
And how would you feel if you're laying on the operating table and the nurses are like, the doctor will come in just a minute. They're going to talk to you. She's really good. She's one of the best. And she walks in there and you look up, you're in that robe. You got a little mask on.
I've been there.
And she's got a big Donald Trump neck tat. How you feeling, Nige?
No anesthesia. No, cancel it. Cancel.
I'm unplugging myself and I'm walking out. Hey, real quick, we need 40 people to hit like on the WIBC YouTube page. 40 of you scoundrels. Go to the YouTube page, hit like, help us out. We're having a good time today. Bada bing, bada boom. It's a Hammer and Nigel show.
Nearly 7 decades ago, the Kingston Trio emerged from San Francisco's North Beach club scene to introduce the sounds of folk music into the mainstream.
When will they ever learn? And I don't give a damn about a greenback dog.
Re-experience the music that ushered in an American folk revival for one show only, 7 p.m. January 11th at the Tarkington Theater, Center for the Performing Arts. The Kingston Trio. Tickets and more information at kingstontrio.com.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and stop smoking without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Also, lose all the weight and let Mark Patrick Hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m., stop smoking seminar at 8. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get ready for a hard-hitting Central Division matchup.
McConnell has it up the floor to top it with a right-hand slam.
Two rivals lock horns when the Pacers and Bulls square off at Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
Nemhardy drives through traffic and lays it in, coming in from the left side.
Oh, it's a beautiful early attack there by Nemhardy.
This I-65 rivalry is a can't-miss game. Catch your Pacers and the Bulls Wednesday at 7. Get your tickets at Pacers.com. Pacers Bulls, Wednesday at 7.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
More confidence in their evidence. 24 degrees with just a few clouds over the monument. Nothing of concern on your radar at the moment. Temps tonight down to the single digits. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:32. There's now 2 people arrested in the Castleton Square Mall shooting case from December. Aaron McClure was arrested then, but released because of a lack of evidence. IMPD said today that McClure has been arrested again because they believe they now do have enough evidence. Here's IMPD Officer Tommy Thompson after the shooting last month.
Just think about how traumatic this was for the families. These individuals involved resorted to using gun violence again for their conflict resolution, and that does not work.
An argument led to the shooting of one person who is still alive. They were hurt. A 17-year-old is the second person who was taken into custody. Firefighters in California are still trying to contain wildfires moving through the southern part of the state. LA County Fire Department Captain Sheila Kelleher tells Fox News that Santa Ana winds are making things worse.
Those wind gusts last night that usually lay down after the sun goes down amplified and doubled. I sat out there at the Palisades fire all night and watched those winds whip up to 70, 80, even 100 miles an hour.
The Pacific Palisades fire is now the most destructive fire in LA's history. About 1,000 structures destroyed so far. You may have heard about a proposed House bill that, if passed, would dissolve multiple public school districts in Indiana. That includes IPS. turning those public schools into charter schools. Here's Sasha Nixon.
Essentially, House Bill 1136 could impact districts where at least 50% of students attend schools that are not operated by those districts. In a statement, IPS said it strongly opposes House Bill 1136 or any bill this legislative session that threatens local authority and community control of public schools. Sasha Nixon, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay told his team he believed in them after their win over Jacksonville last Sunday.
This year's been a disappointment, but I'm proud of you guys that you fought back and won in overtime to get us to 8-9. Very proud.
He says the season could have gone differently if a couple of plays hadn't gone another way. The Colts wound up not making the playoffs, 8 wins out of 17. And at the closing bell, a mixed day in the market. The Dow was up, increasing by 106, closing at 42,635. The Nasdaq down by 10 to 19,478. The S&P 500 in the positive by 9, closing the day at 5,918. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:35.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50. And it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago, I went, and 19 years later, I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better, too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers, too. ExerciseInc.com.
With traffic at 4:36, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Harrison, west side, stall eastbound, 70 after Harding, blocking the right lane, stop and go traffic almost at Tibbs, 15-minute delay. North side, eastbound 465, stop and go, Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Inbound 69 slows after 106th Street to 465. East side, southbound 465, slow from I-70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. And then we have stop and go traffic on southbound 67 between Flight School and Mendenhall Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Wednesday evening, we'll have a few clouds overnight, but mostly clear by our Thursday morning. Low temperature around 8 degrees by Thursday morning. Winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renar Sudis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, Hammer, the decision from Zuckernerd and Facebook to eliminate the third-party fact checkers has already rubbed a lot of libs in the media the wrong way. It seems like they kind of hate an even playing field in the media, at least by what we're seeing on social media, anyway.
Because the libs have owned traditional heritage media for a long time. Not talk radio, but national cable news. With the exception of just a few outlets, it's all libs, right?
And Facebook and Twitter up until, up until Elon Musk bought.
Remember how bad Twitter was right before Musk bought the thing? With Parag Agrawal and Jack Dorsey and that group of zeros running the show over there. I mean, it was just ridiculous. The oppression, the censorship. You couldn't post anything without it being taken down or fact-checked or having your reach suppressed. But now it seems like a lot of people, based on the election results, drew that line in the sand and are like, all right, this crap needs to stop. Elon Musk put an end to it on Twitter, and now Zuckernerd, seeing the writing on the wall, is trying to do the same thing with Facebook. He even is allowing one of Donald Trump's homies, Dana White, to sit on the board of Meta and Facebook. But this didn't go over well on CNN, Nige.
Oh, you don't say.
Now, I'm surprised you weren't the one telling this story, because I know how often you watch Jim Acosta's program on CNN. He had the thumb on, and I thought that would be appointment television for you. Acosta speaking to the thumb.
Yeah, I don't have a subscription to TV Guide, so I don't know who's on when and what's on when. I don't care anymore, especially about CNN.
Brian Stelter, that fat little cue ball of concern that CNN once fired but has since brought back.
I believe Tucker Carlson refers to him as the eunuch.
The eunuch. We call him the thumb, because if you put your thumb out there and you draw a little concerned face on it, that's Brian Stelter. Here he is with Acosta, and again, the last thing this guy wants is an even playing field.
You know, the changes announced by Meta today are very much a MAGA makeover, a pro-Trump makeover. And that's going to win Meta some conservative users, but it may repel some liberals. That's the same thing we've seen happen on Elon Musk's X. He's turned it into more of a right-wing platform where he's pro-free speech when it's really pro-Musk or pro-Trump speech.
All right, Brian Stelter, thanks as always. And you mentioned those changes over at Meta. That is going to be fascinating to watch moving forward, because obviously Facebook and Instagram, places like that, have also been accused of being super spreaders of disinformation, misinformation. We'll keep our eyes on that.
Did you hear that?
Super spreaders.
We'll keep our eyes on that. They can't stop fact checking, right? Anything they disagree with, they fact check it. Even if they're wrong, they fact check it. That was their go-to for so many years. It's over.
And Allison, can you replay just that last part where Acosta said something about super spreaders of misinformation?
Obviously, Facebook and Instagram, places like that, have also been accused of being super spreaders of disinformation, misinformation. We'll keep our eyes on that.
Yeah, of the liberal side for Donald Trump and Russia collusion. Misinformation about the Hunter Biden laptop.
I was told there was a PP tape.
Is that what he? Yeah, exactly. Is that what he's talking about?
I don't believe that's what he's talking about.
Are you sure?
Well, it's Acosta, so I feel pretty confident he's not saying anything that's going to support Donald Trump.
Man, wow.
These people are freaking out that there may be equal opportunity for both sides to leave a comment. That freaks them out. Why? Because they know their policies, the people they carry water for, are unlikable zeros. So they can't suppress the other side now. They're freaking out. And it's not just Acosta. It's not just the cue ball of concern. It's Abby Phillip. On her low-rated program on CNN, she was talking about how nobody really was asking for free speech on Facebook.
I don't know that anybody was saying there's not enough free speech on Facebook. First of all, I mean, not a lot of people, younger than the age of 35 are using Facebook anymore anyway. Nobody wants Facebook to be this free speech panacea.
Nobody wants it to be free speech. Now, listen, I get older people are using Facebook. People like me still get on Facebook. It's not the young man's game. But we just want the field to be equal. Voters are on Facebook. That's who's on Facebook. People who get out and vote. People who watch debates. People who care about what's happening in this country. And a lot of us were bitching that the playing field was not fair. What's she talking about?
Well, our Facebook was throttled.
Right. For a long time. We're just now starting to see some, progress.
And we don't even know what it was for. It could have been any number of things.
I mean, we can't rule anything out, but they wouldn't tell us. And that was the problem. And the customer service sucks over there. It sucks flat out. So, yeah, this whole thing, it's just bringing joy to my cold, dark heart. Knowing Acosta still feels like he has to be the hall monitor and fact check when nobody's asking him to. The fact that Brian Stelter, he's got sweat rolling down his fat rolls, knowing that the playing field is now even. And Abby Phillip, that moron, she's lucky to even have a show. Oh, it's beautiful. Chef's kiss. Mwah.
And by the way, just as a side note, is Jim Acosta on during the week on CNN? It's just a weekend show, isn't it?
I think he fills in from time to time for somebody.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't watch the
he was
network.
a star there when Donald Trump was having those COVID press conferences. But after that, I haven't heard much from him.
Speaking of we haven't heard much, couple months back, you and I, Nige, we had this big announcement that Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila was coming out. Remember when we did that? It was but before October, I think it was.
Well, I think we had a taste test in studio.
Yeah. The update is very soon. We're very close to announcing the date when you can buy your bottle of Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus.
Nice.
It is in the country. There was a little issue getting it made in Mexico and coming across the border.
I don't know that there was an issue getting it made in Mexico, but certainly it's much easier for a non-citizen to cross the border than it was our Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus.
Right. We should have just hired a coyote to carry it. Coyotes! But the truck finally got across, and this is the good stuff. Made in Mexico. We will tell you in the coming days when and where you can buy your bottle of Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila by Hiatus. And remember, when our bourbon hit the shelves, it sold out in like a day. So be ready to jump on it when it's ready, okay? Make plans. Allison, can we please have the Attorney General for the great state of Indiana kick off our next segment?
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Dateline London. 48-year-old dude in London successfully sued a razor company because the razors cut his face when he was shaving.
Successfully?
Successfully.
Really? Come on.
He got $6,250 out of the company. And in the lawsuit, he claims, quote, "My cuts bled for over 20 minutes. I am taking action to protect others that may not be as lucky as me. This was a serious fault. It's a matter of principle to take on the big boys."
Well, look, I mean, usually in London, when you say critical things of people you disagree with on Facebook, they take you to jail on social media.
That's very true.
So this is an about face. This guy got $6,000 from a razor company. That's how much I spend on razors for Gillette, my Fusion.
Right.
Those are so expensive. But you're saying this guy got $6,000 because
he cut himself shaving, like pretty much every dude has done at some point in their life. I don't know who this lawyer is, but he's damn good. If you got this dude $6,250, this guy deserves his own reality show. This lawyer, he must be amazing because this is a frivolous lawsuit, but the dude got paid. All right, we have got some tickets to give away to go see Brian Regan. He is doing a show at Clues Hall at Butler tomorrow. So do not call if you can't make the show. But if you're free tomorrow night and you'd like to go see Brian Regan, caller number 9 at 239-9393. We got a fun little game we're going to play. We'll try to make it easy, but you have to be caller number 9, 239-9393. Good luck.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth. Since 1868. Member FDIC.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Also, lose all the weight and let Mark Patrick hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m., stop smoking seminar at 8. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Can you come get me and I'll be lying on the floor? Listen to Hammer and Nigel this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Brian Regan, January 9th at Clues Memorial Hall.
More info online at WIBC.com.
As a matter of fact, we're going to give away a pair of tickets coming up right after Matt Baer gives us an update on the roads.
Looking at the east side, Hammer and Lawrence, where we have a stall northbound 465 at Penn Pike, blocking the center lane, slowing traffic for about a half a mile. West side, eastbound 70, another stall, blocking the right lane after Harding. Traffic stop and go back to Tibbs Avenue, then we slow again at west into the south split. Inbound 65 slow, MLK to Meridian Penn. Hancock County crash westbound 70, about a mile and a half after State Road 9. It's blocking the right lane, stopping us almost to State Road 9. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day, and at financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
25 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and it's time to play Reagan or Regan.
And now, time to play Reagan.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Or Regan.
Excuse me, I have a computer. I have a computer here. I don't know how you're going to handle this, my computer.
Reagan or Regan on a Hammer and Nigel show.
Who is he from the future?
Austin happens to be caller number 9. Austin, how are you?
I am wonderful. How about you, gentlemen?
Hey, buddy.
Awesome. So here's the game. We're going to give you a statement about somebody. You simply tell us if it's a statement about former President Ronald Reagan or comedian Brian Regan. You get 2 out of 3. You go to the show tomorrow. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Number 1. His performances are often dubbed as clean, and he refrains from profanity and taboo subject matter. Reagan or Regan?
Regan.
Regan is correct. There's 1. All right, get this one right. We'll have a party. Reagan or Regan once said, the scariest 9 words are, quote, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Reagan.
That's it. There it is.
There you go.
Austin 316 said, I just whipped that game's ass. Austin, you are a winner, and Allison will give you all the information on the big show tomorrow, okay?
Sounds good.
Right on. Thank you, Austin. Now, just for blanks and giggles here, Nige, the final question would have been, has a great story about playing Little League Baseball where coaches want you to chatter.
Hey, better.
Oh, this was great.
Parents didn't know what to do with me. They got me into Little League Baseball. And our coach would yell from the dugout every now and then, hey, guys, let's hear some chatter out there. Let's hear some chatter. Hey, batter. Hey, batter. Hey, batter. Hey, batter. Hey, batter. Hey, batter. Hey. Hey, batter. Hey, coach, is there a point to this?
That show tomorrow at Clues Hall. I believe they still have some tickets available. Got about a minute left here. Where are we at with this? J.D. Vance and Ted Cruz have a big bet for the Texas-Ohio State Final Four football game coming up on Friday. Of course, J.D. Vance, an Ohio State product.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz representing Texas. The loser has to go to the front door of the winner carrying food and beer from their state and also wearing a jersey of the winning team. So if J.D. Vance wins, that means Ted Cruz would have to show up to his house in an Ohio State jersey with Texas treats. And if Texas wins, J.D. Vance has to go to Casa de Cruz with a Longhorns jersey and treats from Ohio. I'm wondering if we can do something like this with Notre Dame, where if Penn State wins, they get custody of Joe Hogsett. And if Notre Dame wins, we give them Joe Hogsett. See if we can make that happen.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-210-8808. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
It's Hammer and Nigel from Window Nation. Heating costs are getting out of control, and your best bet is to replace your cold, drafty windows with energy-efficient ones from Window Nation. Act now and you'll save big with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get zero interest with zero payments for 2 years.
With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust Window Nation. Hurry, this big sale ends January 31st, so schedule your free in-home consultation right now. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
It's the new year. Time to make a positive change in your life. I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life. Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted. Not available in Washington State.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Right now, during Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Stay warm and cozy all winter long with a Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing tune-up. Seasonal wear and tear can take its toll on your furnace. Schedule now. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
My quality of life is so different, but one of the first things that I noticed was my breathing. I don't ever remember being able to breathe like that.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Now through Monday, it's our 98th annual New Year's sale. Save 50% off on all Lazy Boy and Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern, plus an extra 15% off when you pay cash or get 3 years interest-free financing. Every sofa, sectional recliner is on sale only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus with free delivery.
Coming up in 2 minutes, why IMPD says they've arrested an 18-year-old for a second time. It's about to be very cold tonight. I'm talking single-digit temps. And a glass-half-full approach from the owner of the Indianapolis Colts. Those stories coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis.
From idyllic to apocalyptic, I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Several wildfires driven by hurricane-force winds are laying waste to parts of the Los Angeles area, including Pacific Palisades, where the most destructive fire in L.A. history has now consumed more than 1,000 structures.
It's a very charming community. Yes, there are a lot of high-end homes up there as well, multi-million-dollar homes, but there's also everyday Americans. It's a very family-oriented community. So this is becoming such a catastrophic event. It's hard to imagine where and how this ends, but for right now, businesses, homes, and structures are still burning in the Pacific Palisades and beyond.
Fox's Matt Finn.
This was the situation that people had feared for decades, I will tell you, that people were concerned that something like this could happen.
Fox's Anita Vogel used to live in Palisades, still has a rental property there, her husband becoming one of the tens of thousands of evacuees.
There are no homes to go back to. There are no schools to send their children to. My doctor's office is gone. The grocery stores are gone. It's going to be years before this town can come back.
Air quality concerns closing some schools with several major fires burning. The Eaton fire, which includes parts of Pasadena, is blamed for at least 2 deaths. President Biden wrapping up a previously scheduled trip to California with a briefing at a Santa Monica firehouse and pledging more federal help.
We're prepared to do anything and everything as long as it takes to contain these fires.
President-elect Trump accusing the president and the California governor of gross incompetence and mismanagement. He meets with Republican lawmakers tonight on his agenda, with Kentucky Senator Rand Paul among the conservatives not wanting to lump too much into one bill, including raising the debt limit.
Forcing us to have to make a decision on that forces us to maybe be not a yes vote on the tax cuts and the other things that we're actually for.
The president-elect is in Washington for the funeral of former President Carter. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Arrested twice. 24 degrees and mostly clear skies over the monument. Your radar is completely clear. 3 degrees is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02. An 18-year-old has been arrested a second time. Aaron McClure is accused of being involved in a shooting at the Castleton Square Mall in December. He was originally taken into custody after the shooting happened, but police didn't have much evidence. IMPD says that's changed now.
This is not responsible. Not responsible gun ownership, not responsible to be shooting off a firearm in a crowded venue such as the mall.
IMPD officer Tommy Thompson talking after that shooting happened. His 17-year-old was also taken into custody. The person who was shot is recovering and expected to be just fine. Temperatures will be in the single digits with wind chills possibly below 0 before the end of the week, says Mike Koch with the National Weather Service.
We got an Arctic air mass, high pressure, that'll be moving over central Indiana, over the Ohio Valley overnight tonight. And that'll bring with it Arctic air and some clearing.
Another round of snow is expected Friday. You shouldn't get more than 2 inches. Nearly 8 inches of snow already fell earlier this week. Ryan Hedrick reports on the challenges that's causing for the city's DPW.
Trucks break down and need repairs, say city leaders, and that's exactly what's happening now. The DPW says they're 13 trucks short after nearly 8 inches of snow fell Sunday and Monday, with more snow expected Friday. The city is already facing a shortage of experienced drivers. However, the DPW says says the drivers they do have go through classroom training and refresher courses before the season starts to make sure they're prepared. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A win to close out the regular season for the Indianapolis Colts is a victory. Owner Jim Irsay told his team they can build on for next year.
Let's find a way back to our greatness. You know, that's what my goal is.
They beat Jacksonville in overtime last Sunday. It was the Colts' 8th win of the season. Not enough to get into the playoffs. They've missed it for 4 straight years now. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
Hey, Casey, did you know that the Social Security Trust Fund is expected to run out of money in less than 10 years?
Rob, that can't possibly be true.
Oh, it is. According to Barron's, an average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income.
Multiply that by 10 or 20 years, and it could easily add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's why it's critical you have the right strategy to file for Social Security.
Discover how you could wring every nickel out of your benefits with a free customized Social Security analysis.
It's from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. You know, he's our retirement guy, too. We trust Bill, and so can you.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis now by calling
317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
Bill Demery, 317-932-9912.
The traffic on the 5s at 5:05. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison crash cleanup continues on eastbound S70 after Harding Street going into the south split. Now this crash after Harding is blocking the right lane, jamming us up almost to Tibbs. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic. This is MLK to Meridian. Been delayed for 5 minutes. Crash Hancock County westbound S70 it's over a mile and a half from State Road 9. Heading towards the west like you're going to Indianapolis. The crash is blocking the right lane. Traffic is stopped past State Road 9. I'd consider US 40 to Mount Comfort and getting back to I-70. That would be a decent reroute. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO. Get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Wednesday evening, we'll have a few clouds overnight, but mostly clear by our Thursday morning. Low temperature around 8 degrees by Thursday morning. Winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renar Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
Man, Hammer, those wildfires in Los Angeles are the worst they've ever seen. 0% contained. It's the biggest story in the country right now.
It's so bad that the second largest city in our country, Los Angeles, they have their fire department going on television, going on radio. Anybody who will listen and say, we need more firefighters here. Yeah. If you are a volunteer firefighter or a full-on paid firefighter at another department, get your gear and please come help us, because this thing, it looks biblical. Like, that's how bad it is. It looks like the gates of hell, man.
And I wonder, like, when hurricanes happen, you have people from Indiana, the Midwest, going to where the danger is. I wonder if that's going to be what happens here with this situation.
I hope so, because they need help. It's not the firefighters' fault that their local government has given them the shaft. That fire department lost almost $20 million in budget money from the current mayor, who, by the way, Nigel, isn't even there. She's pulling a Joe Hogsett. When hell's breaking loose in the city, she's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, there's a photo op in Ghana to be had.
That's more important than what's happening in Los Angeles right now and the surrounding areas.
When you see the cryon on the news, it says 0% contained in Los Angeles. I have relatives in Los Angeles. I was texting with a friend of the show from Breitbart, Joe Pollack. Joel is a in-house counsel for Breitbart, also senior reporter there. He doesn't know if he has a house or not. He lives in Palisades. the Pacific Palisades. He doesn't know if his house is still standing or not. He got out early. He evacuated early. But that's a guy that we've had on for years now.
We had him last Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's a reporter from, I think it's KTLA, the local TV station in Los Angeles, doing a live hit and just looking around at the carnage and seeing like 6 or 7 houses all just on fire and burning to the ground.
This fire is absolutely out of control. Hard to see. Look at this street right now. Amedio Drive. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 homes just on this street.
And when we say the local government has not done these firefighters any favors, we're talking about not only having their budget, reduced by nearly $20 million, but just the incompetence of running the forests. Like, Donald Trump has been talking about this for a long time, and if you don't take care of your forests, this kind of stuff happens. The reservoirs don't have water. They decided to give that water back to the ocean to make sure the fish are happy. And some of these fire hydrants, we're hearing reports, there's nothing in them because there's no reservoir to pull from. So it's so ridiculous what they've done to the fire department. Again, this is the second largest city in America, Nige. This isn't some small town where we only have 5 or 6 firefighters. Yeah. We need help. This is Los Angeles, and 0% contained, and they're kind of hamstrung by the ridiculous policies of their elected officials.
And let's not forget the insurance companies were told you have to cap your premiums now for houses that are located in areas where there is a potential for them to be destroyed by wildfires. Now, that's a problem.
Yes.
Gavin Newsom did that. Now, that's a socialist sort of thing to enact where you tell businesses, hey, you have to cap your premiums. I'm not saying socialism is the cause for the wildfires. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that the government there in California is saying, now you got to cap your premiums. And then the insurance companies say, all right, well, we're just not going to insure people anymore. Lots of these people that are losing their houses don't have insurance anymore because of that law.
And again, the mayor, who should be front and center out here telling, the city what to do in this time of crisis, is doing a photo op in Ghana. Okay. It's almost like having a mayor when a riot is taking place in your city be in a rehab facility in Richmond.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Did you see Steve Gutenberg? Gutenberg lives in that area, the Palisades area, and there was a TV crew, I think from the local Fox affiliate there in Los Angeles, covering the fires. Gutenberg was trying to move a lot of vehicles so the fire trucks could make their way up and down the street. The TV reporter had no idea who he was.
It's an important announcement I wonder if I could just make. Here on Palisades Drive, if anybody has a car and they leave their car, leave the keys in the car so that we can move your car so that these fire trucks can get up Palisades Drive. Yeah. What's happening is people take their keys with them as if they're in a parking lot. This is not a parking lot. Yeah. We really need people to move their cars. So if you leave your car in Palisades Drive, leave the key in there so a guy like me can move your cars and get them up there so that these fire trucks can get up there. It's really, really important.
Thank you for talking to us live, sir. What's your name?
My name is Steve Gutenberg.
Steve, do you live in this area?
I live in the area. I live right up the hill, and thank goodness everybody back. But I have friends up there right now, and they can't evacuate because it's stuck on Palisades Drive.
Yeah, and you're an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
Okay, now you look familiar. You look familiar to me now.
Yeah.
So, sir, do you have family up there? I was just talking to that gentleman. He has a mom who's stuck up in the hills.
Yeah, there are people stuck up there. So we're trying to clear Palisades Drive, and I'm walking up there as far as I can, moving cars. But people don't take their keys with them as if it's a parking lot. There are families up there. There are pets up there. There are people who really need help.
A couple things. I did see footage of bulldozers moving cars that people had abandoned off the side of the road. Now, second, on a side note, that reporter saying, oh, I recognize you. You're an actor. Oh, you're Mahoney in Police Academy.
Right.
That was kind of cringy.
It was.
Wasn't it?
And you could tell he had no idea who he was. Somebody was in his ear, in his IFB earpiece. Yeah, that's an actor, Steve Guttenberg. He just said his name.
Is that relevant, though, during this type of reporting?
No, it's not. I mean, Gutenberg wasn't out there trying to say,
you're right.
who I am.
Yeah.
He was trying to get help.
Yeah.
They asked what his name was. He gave his name, but then the reporter trying to act like, I know who you are.
Yeah,
that was weird. Very uncomfortable.
Steve Gutenberg's movie that he's known for most.
Oh, it's Police Academy, and it's not even close.
Three Men and a Baby?
That's number 2, but it's Police Academy, a few of the sequels, Long Drop, and then 3 Men and a Baby.
Which had Tom Selleck and Ted Danson as well.
Correct.
He was probably the third.
Right.
Third guy.
Short Circuit, good Steve Guttenberg
Cocoon.
film. Cocoon, that's right. Now the Goot does a bunch of like Hallmark stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's a star of the Hallmark Channel.
Good work if you can get it.
And good for him for trying to move the cars to help the fire department.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yep.
Meanwhile, back here in Indy, another round of snow possibly this Friday, Nige.
Wonderful.
Another system making its way through. We're getting the ridiculous cold weather tonight. The low's going to dip down to 8. The actual temperature.
Hello.
Wind chill is going to be below 0 for the next couple of days. But we could get a couple inches of snow Friday afternoon into Saturday. We're keeping our eye on that story, which brings us to a winter weather edition of Fun Facts for Kids.
It's time for Hammer and Nigel's Fun Facts for Kids.
These are real pieces of information that even the young listeners of our program can take in and share with their pals at school.
Okay.
The most dangerous weather on Earth is a blizzard. If you're stuck in the middle of the desert in direct sunlight, it can take over a day to kill you. But being stuck in a blizzard could kill you in about 10 minutes. In the most extreme case, being stuck in minus 50 temperatures with 50-mile-an-hour winds while wearing nothing but a T-shirt and jeans, you'll be lucky if you live 5 minutes before passing out and having your bones freeze and crack.
Fun Facts for Kids.
Freeze and crack.
Sounds like a party at Hunter Biden's house.
Hey-o!
Thank you. More people die in the winter than in the summer. So remember, kids, if you have a grandparent who's feeling a little bit under the weather right now, you better go visit, you better call them, because time and math are not on your side.
Come on.
Fun Facts for Kids.
That's awful. Stop.
Once the wind chill makes the temperature feel like minus 28 or colder, exposed skin can freeze in under 30 minutes. When it drops to minus 40, frostbite can happen in less than 10. If the wind chill goes to minus 55, you're in danger of dying in 2 minutes.
Fun Facts for Kids.
Wonderful.
Despite what you've been taught in school, snowflakes can be identical, as discovered by scientist Nancy Knight in 1988.
Whatever.
She flew through a snowstorm and collected snowflakes on a chilled glass microscope slide covered with sticky oil. She observed all of these snowflakes and found that, for all intents and purposes, they are identical. So kids, if your teacher ever says no two snowflakes are alike, it's going to be okay if you stand up in the middle of the class and call your teacher a dumbass.
Fun Facts for Kids.
I don't believe that one. I think Nancy's full of crap.
I think the teacher's full of crap. I believe Nancy. She went up in the cirrus cloud, Nige. I'm Team Nancy.
All right.
Matt Baer, where are you at? Are you Team Nancy or Team she's full of crap?
I've always been Team Nancy.
Thank you.
That's my thing. Eastbound, always. Eastbound 70 after Harding. We have a breakdown blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Tibbs Avenue. Inbound 65, stop-and-go from 29th to Meridian Penn, 4-minute delay. Inbound 69, grinding from 106 to 465. That's 10 minutes on the extra wait. Eastbound 465, stop-and-go from Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. Still stopped in Hancock County because of a crash. This is westbound 70, over a mile and a half after State Road 9. Right now, one lane is blocked. It's the right one. We have a car in a ditch and traffic stopped well past State Road 9. I'm using US 40 to Mount Comfort instead. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
You know, another thing to think about with this tragedy that's happening in California right now, once this is all done, I'm willing to bet that FEMA is going to take care of California a hell of a lot faster than they took care of the folks in Western North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
If they try to resolve this before January 20th. If it's still the Biden administration, when they're trying to help these people, I bet it's all systems go to help liberal-ass California. But there are still people in Western North Carolina affected by that hurricane that they're relying on each other. That's a shame. It has to be that way. All right. We got a fun round of Are You Okay With This? That is coming up. Right now it's 25 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You changed my life.
It's amazing. I don't have any cravings. You want to quit, but have found it impossible? This is the thing for you. I have absolutely no craving. It's the darndest thing I have ever seen in my life.
It's not for entertainment. It's for results.
Do it. It works. Period.
You've tried everything else. You need to come and try this.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. No irritability, no cravings, because don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all. In addition, use hypnosis to lose all the weight and destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Indianapolis Northeast and Noblesville. Weight loss seminar at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking seminar at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but that doesn't mean you can't protect yourself from online scammers with a little help from McAfee Total Protection. Whether it's a fake missed delivery text or an urgent bank alert, these scams can look incredibly convincing. That's where McAfee Total Protection steps in. So go ahead, manage your finances and shop online. McAfee will help keep your device's privacy and identity safer. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get award-winning online protection for just $39.99 your first year. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
It's a new year. It's time to get your home zero-resified. Call Zero Res and take 24% off all services for this month. Book online anytime at zeroresindy.com.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, yeah!
Girl Scouts have announced the 2 types of Girl Scout cookies, Hammer, are going away for good.
Uh-oh.
Are you okay with this?
Well, I'm going to need to find out what type they are to give you my answer here, Nige.
Okay. Got it right here. S'mores and toast yay.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah. Because if you were trying to tell me that Do-si-dos or Thin Mints were going to be going away, we may have a situation in here.
Thin Mints, I would have been apoplectic. I do love the s'mores, though. Only recently discovered those a few years ago. But wow, s'more, I don't know what toast yay is.
I don't either, but I won't miss that. S'mores, I could do with or without, but I'm a Thin Mints guy. And do you put the Thin Mints in the fridge, Nige? Do you get them cold?
Hell, I'll put them in the freezer.
There you go. The peanut butter Do-si-do ones are good. The tag-alongs are good. It's almost Girl Scout season, which brings us to great moments in Girl Scout history. This young lady, like, I feel like she's got future leader of this country written all over her face here.
Okay.
She decided to sell her Girl Scout cookies right across from a bar on St. Patrick's Day. So all of the drunkards would walk out and be like, cookies, and buy all of her supply up.
Girl Scout cookies!
I am trying to help people get food and also reach my goal.
The entrepreneurship of these young women selling Girl Scout cookies during St. Patty's Day when they know that people are going to be completely willing to give up their money for sugar is absolutely brilliant.
You should probably get some for your mom too.
How do you think the people over there will feel when they buy the cookies?
Probably happy.
Upselling too. You should probably buy another box for your mom too.
Yeah,
Look at
she's
her.
really drunk and showing her breasts. You should probably buy her an extra box.
Correct. I ain't mad at this young lady at all. So God
Great.
bless her.
Okay, a little bit of booze news here. Busch Light. Is doing a contest called Daytona, where 8 single people, Hammer, will have the chance to go on a speed date a few days after the Daytona 500 by doing a lap around the track driven by a trained driver. Are you okay with this?
So it's actually before the Daytona 500, and yes, I'm in love with this. So again, the fine people from Busch are going to get 8 people together, and the speed dating thing is where you've got a short amount of time to get to know somebody.
Okay.
And if you want to have a second date or whatnot, you exchange phone numbers. And if not, everybody's cool and goes on their way. You've got 1 lap around the iconic Daytona International Motor Speedway to figure out if you want to have an actual second date with this individual. But Busch will fly you to Daytona. They will put you in a hotel and they will cover expenses. Now, if you're wanting to stick around for the race, which would be a couple days later, then you have to buy your own ticket for that. But they are currently taking submissions of people. So if you would like to be somebody that could possibly win this Daytona, they're looking for 8 people. Look it up online, apply, give a brief pitch about yourself, and it can't be more than 255 characters. I love this idea.
And I think the unofficial name of Busch Light is Busch Latte.
It adds a little class to it.
It sure does. Okay, what do we think here? An Australian Airbnb charged a guest $120 for not emptying the dishwasher. They told the guest there would be a fine if it didn't happen. They warned him, didn't say how much. Are you okay with this?
If they clearly said there will be a fine if you do not clean out the dishwasher, and the dishwasher was not cleaned out, I'm all right with it. Like when you get these Airbnbs, man, sometimes you got to read the fine print.
Yeah,
not all of these are the same.
$120 though, and they didn't say the price.
Should have read it. You just sign your name away to everything you don't read, especially in a place where you're staying. I mean, they could sign you up for all kinds of crap. So you got to be careful with these things. Is it shady? Absolutely. But a sucker is born every minute. And if you're just going to sign something without looking at it, or maybe they even saw it and said, don't tell me what to do. I'm leaving the dishes in there. You know what, Johnny Tough Guy, go ahead and pay the $120. I got no sympathy for you. All right, coming up here in just a moment, Tony Kennet, the Tonus. He is the host of the Tony Kennet Cast. Now, his show is not on tonight because we've got IU basketball pregame beginning at 6. But most nights, he comes on right after our show. We got a lot of stuff to get to with the Tonus, Tony Kennet. He's coming up right after we check the news with Harrison Silcox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
When more snow could show up. 22 degrees downtown with more clouds beginning to roll through. No worries when you check the radar. Low of 3 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 529. Some parts of Indiana are still dealing with several inches of snow from the snow that we got earlier in the week, and possibly more is on the way this Friday, says Mike Kosh at the National Weather Service.
So we're looking at about 1 to 2 inches of snow over most locations across central Indiana.
Kosh says temps will drop as the week goes on. Some areas could have a wind chill below 0. An 18-year-old's been arrested a second time. Aaron McClure, who's accused of being involved in a shooting at the Castleton Square Mall that you may remember from December. He was originally taken into custody after the shooting, but police didn't have much evidence. IMPD says that's changed now.
This is not responsible. Not responsible gun ownership, not responsible to be shooting off a firearm in a crowded venue such as the mall.
IMPD officer Tommy Thompson talking after that shooting happened in December. A 17-year-old was also taken into custody. The person who was shot is recovering. Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh says federal help is on the way to California to help out with them dealing with wildfires. The federal government's also working with the National Guard.
The California National Guard is adding 2 modular air firefighting system units, and 2 more are being readied by the Nevada National Guard.
Los Angeles County Fire Chief Anthony Baroni says 2 people have died from the fires so far. If passed at this legislative session, House Bill 1136 would dissolve several of the public school districts in Indiana, and that includes IPS. Sasha Nixon reports.
Basically, the bill would turn public schools into charter schools in districts where at least 50% of students attend schools that are not operated by those districts. Currently, that includes IPS and the Gary Community School Corporation. In a statement, IPS said, "This harmful legislation would strip communities of their voice, destabilize our financial foundations, and further jeopardize the education of approximately 42,000 students." Sasha Nixon, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
And the average price you're paying for a gallon of gas in Indiana today is $3.06, says Gas Buddy. That's about right where the national average is. And with a look at the roads at 531, here's Matt Baer.
Harrison out in Hancock County. Crash cleanup continues. It's westbound 70 after Fortville Pike. This is about 1.5 miles after State Road 9 as you're going towards Indianapolis. We have a car in a ditch, and they're working on that with the right lane closed. Traffic stop past State Road 9. Maybe use US 40 to Mount Comfort Road instead. Inbound 65 stop and go. MLK to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 has a breakdown on it after Harding Street, blocking the right lane, slowing us almost to Tibbs Avenue, 13-minute delay. Looking at southbound 465 on the east side, stop and go traffic, Brookville Road to 74, and then southbound Keystone Parkway on the north side. This is stopped at the moment, 116th Street, 296, and now we just learned of a stall eastbound 465 at Westfield Boulevard. That has the center lane, middle of the interstate. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day and at financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Wednesday evening, we'll have a few clouds overnight, but mostly clear by our Thursday morning. Low temperature around 8 degrees by Thursday morning. Winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renard Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer Hammer and Nigel show. I'm Nigel. That's Jason Hammer right over there with a special guest on the hotline.
He is an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal and the host of the Tony Kennet cast right here on 93 WIBC. Comes on after our show at 7 o'clock. Tony Kennet. Tony, have you scheduled your vacation for the Gulf of America yet?
I have. I have got the lawn chairs. We've got the dudes. We've got the drinks. We have a 270 square foot American flag we're going to put up in the sky. We have enough fireworks to choke out a small Midwestern truck stop. It's going to be awesome.
I do think it's hilarious how there's a lot of stuff going on in this country right now. I think Trump's been kind of laying low just a little bit in terms of his profile, but then he comes out with this hour-long press conference yesterday in which he threatened to do everything, including buy Greenland. He mentioned Canada in there, and then change the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. You got to love it. We're back, baby.
Just to be expressly clear, just to put all jokes aside, the United States should own Greenland. That's not a joke. We explored 7/8 of it. We saved it from the Nazis in World War II. Denmark has no claim at all to that island. That is ours. We're still protecting it from China and Russia. That's ours. That's mine. Also, the Panama Canal. China's trying to take control of that. Screw China. Give us our land back.
So what's your response, though? Because I have seen this on social media. While we think it's kind of funny that Trump is trolling Canada and calling him Governor Trudeau and all those types of things, and we're talking about Greenland, and we're talking about the Panama Canal, I was promised America first. Where's America first at?
First of all, acquiring more land to the ownership of the United States is America first. I will remind everyone that American expansionism, not the little drivel that you were taught when you were in the 60s, 70s, 80s America, that, by the way, was Soviet propaganda. American colonialism is bad. Expansionism is bad. The American people, and by the way, the people in the territories we owned, profited more, standards of living increased, life expectancy increased, the number of rights of individuals increased whenever we owned territory. The reason the Philippines is one of the most prosperous islands in the Pacific, or groups of islands in the Pacific, is because it was owned by the United States for a long time. This is something that people need to come to terms with. This silly hippie nonsense that America owning things is not America first. According to what? More natural resources, telling China and Russia to F off? That's the most American thing I can think of.
I like your ideas. I like the attitude, but how likely is it that any of that is going to happen? I think that the canal, the Panama Canal, maybe, but owning and buying Greenland, is that, how likely, in your opinion, is that going to happen?
So first of all, I don't think we actually need to buy Greenland from Denmark. Denmark does not actually have legal claim to the country. They can say they do, but we literally do all of the heavy lifting on the island. And I mean all of it. We are protecting the northern edge of Greenland from Russia and Chinese naval vessels right now. They're not even on 90% of the island. It was a failed colony then. It's a failed colony now. If the people voted today, they'd likely join the United States.
And how much of this, because, again, I'm somebody that thinks Donald Trump always has a reason for kind of doing these types of things. Now, on social media, sometimes there's no reason. But for a press conference, I feel like there's a reason he's doing all this. Do you think that's to send a message to the rest of the world that, hey, we're going to be active again. Grandpa is not going to be the president anymore, so don't try to get squirrely and do anything from a foreign policy standpoint that may screw us because you're not going to like the results. Do you think that's a little bit of what's going on here?
I think that's a lot of it. I think that Trump is communicating to the rest of the world the era of compassionate conservatism, warm hugs from George W. Bush, and then Barack Obama apologizing for Japan is over. It's done. We're not doing that anymore. I'm sorry. If you guys don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm going to turn Journey up even louder on the radio. And we're going to blast the best music from the 80s and the 90s all over the country. I'm going to go to the beach at the Gulf of America. And if you don't like it, well, you're in Europe. No one cares what you think.
Tony Kennet, Tony Kennet Cast, also investigative reporter for DailySignal.com. You know what came and went kind of without a a huge splash, unless you were really paying attention to social media and watching some of the legacy media cable outlets, was January 6th. I mean, the glass ceiling was shattered, wasn't it, for, Kamala Harris certifying the election, which was funny when she announced that Donald Trump got the votes. Everybody started applauding and standing up, and she was hitting her gavel trying to quiet everybody down. But other than that, I mean, Americans in January 6th at this point, where does it stand in terms of controversial incidents that have happened in this country?
I mean, January 6th, objectively, of 2021 is not even in the top 10 most violent incidents to happen at the U.S. Capitol. The U.S. Capitol has had congressmen sword fighting. It's had bombs. It's been occupied by that zone, not that building. It had been occupied by the British shortly. There have been some very, very dramatic events that have happened at the U.S. Capitol. January 6th was a really lame rally that a smaller group of people started a small riot from which a smaller group of people then went and knocked over some ropes in the Capitol building and stole a lectern. It was more embarrassing than the insurrection that it's been made out to be. But that's not even the best thing about the day. The best thing was watching the media try to paint Kamala as the bigger man, or excuse me, the bigger woman, whatever, the bigger wine mom, whatever you want, and say that she presided, she actually did her duty and certified the results. You guys remember in 2022, we actually passed a bill that removes the vice president certifying the election from the process. So she didn't even do anything.
Total figurehead, right? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, we really didn't need her for anything.
Basically all of the legal acumen of a Hallmark card.
Do you think Donald Trump will make good on his somewhat of a promise to pardon January 6ers?
Yeah, and as Whoopi Goldberg said, he's the president. He can pardon anyone he wants. If he wants to pardon Bozo the Clown, he can do so.
Well, I believe Bozo the Clown has already been pardoned by Joe Biden, and that's his son, Hunter. One more thing here on Trump before we kind of move on to some other stuff here. In that long press conference at Mar-a-Lago yesterday, which, by the way, Nigel and I kind of joked that he took more questions yesterday than Biden has in all of 4 years. Yeah. But at one point, he starts talking about hostages and what's going on with Iran and Hamas. And he's got his guy up there that may or may not be trying to negotiate hostage releases, which I'm not even sure you can do yet because he's not officially the president, but his guy's up there talking, and then Trump kind of cuts him off and says, you better have this done, and threatens all hell breaking loose with Hamas if they don't return the hostages. What did you make of that?
I'm so glad to have this kind of leadership back. This is the entire U.S. foreign policy in what worked throughout our history, which is if you touch our people, if you touch our boats, you touch our trade, you touch anything that we have, we will wipe you from the face of the earth. I'm not talking about we're going to hold your country and raise a local election like with Iraq and Afghanistan where, I mean, these guys are reformed. They're Democrat. No, we will remove you from the earth. And by the way, I like that Trump said, by the way, we're not just going to, cause all hell to break loose in Gaza, the entire Middle East. I got to say, I mean, I really wish that we had over the last 4 years an administration that placed value on the lives of American citizens like Trump clearly does. But again, I think it's what you said earlier, Hammer. It's a tactic of showing the world we're not here to mess around and you better listen.
So what makes you happier, knowing that we've got that type of muscle coming back to our country, or knowing that fact checkers may soon be out of a job over at the Facebook office?
Look, as somebody who was messaged by the fact checkers for running a satire page, that's fantastic. Wow. When you think about our listeners who enjoy the salty tears of the fact checkers, it's fantastic. Knowing that there is Donald Trump giving them the finger as they head to the unemployment line, it's just a little bit sweeter. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but it's also disingenuous for a Zucker nerd to get out there and say, we are going to be the bastion of free speech, no more censorship, when he was the one that capitulated to the FBI, who knew damn well already that Hunter Biden's laptop was legit, yet went to social media platforms and said, hey, this is Russian disinformation, and he just folded like a paper airplane.
I don't disagree. I will make one slight counter to that, though.
Okay.
That he did in August of the election year release an open letter to Congress, which stated basically that Mayorkas was a liar and that, the federal government demanded that Facebook collude to suppress information, not just about COVID-19, but also, the Hunter Biden laptop story. So he did bury the Biden campaign and the Biden administration before the election was decided. So, again, I'm not a Zuckerberg fan or anything, but I am saying that this appears to be a slight bit more than just sucking up to the victor.
I still think he's a weasel. Can you come back for one more break here, Tony?
Sure.
Tony Kennet from the Tony Kennet Cast with us. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Are you planning for your retirement? Ensure you're on the right track with a crucial step, tax planning. At Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, every retirement plan we design includes comprehensive tax planning. Imagine maximizing your savings while minimizing tax burdens. Tax planning isn't just about the present. It's a cornerstone for retirement planning. The less you have to give to Uncle Sam, the more cash flow you have in retirement. So take control of your financial situation. Proper tax planning can help optimize your retirement income, leaving you with more time to enjoy the life you've worked hard for. Let us help you create a tax-efficient retirement plan. Your future self will thank you. Call Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, 317-288-0634. That's 317-288-0634. Or visit AbsoluteWealthManagementLLC.com. William Gonzalez offers investment advisory service through Gradient Advisors, LLC, 877-885-0508, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Absolute Wealth Management is not a registered investment advisor nor an affiliate of Gradient Advisors. Gradient Advisors, LLC, and its advisors do not render tax, legal, or accounting advice. Insurance offered through William Gonzalez, independent agent.
Well, if you think you're way too busy to exercise and be healthy, then you're wrong. I'm living proof. My wife is living proof. We both have full-time jobs. It's the way I felt when I started exercising at Exercise Inc. You show up once a week for your private 20-minute workout. It's helped me lose weight. It's helped me build muscle. It's the private studios. It's just you and your coach. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to lose some weight. And you might get off some of those prescription meds. There's 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. ExerciseInc.com. That's ExerciseInc.com. Go there today, sign up for a free consultation, and please tell them Nigel sent you. It's once a week. It's 20 minutes. It's getting you the exercise and physical movement your body needs and your body craves. Again, there are tons of success stories on their Facebook pages and at their website, exerciseinc.com.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they're doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
B is offering 1 bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennet, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
All right, southbound Keystone Parkway is stopped right now from 100 and, it's from Carmel Drive down to 96th Street. Also a crash in Hancock County just cleared up. It's still a little bit slow with State Road 9. Back for about a mile. You should be out of there before too long. Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. Southside eastbound 465 slows from 31 over to Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in little as 1 day and at financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
25 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Back with Tony Kennet. He is the host of the Tony Kennet Cast. That comes up usually 7 p.m. after our program tonight. I know we have IU basketball cutting us all a little short tonight, but 7 p.m. is when you can catch a show. Tony, most people around here associate you with education. That's kind of how you made your name in terms of media and things, talking about ways our education system was broken here in Indy. So last night, there was a big rally get-together talking about IPS schools. IPS opposing House Bill 1136. First of all, reset what that is, and then if you wouldn't mind, give us your thoughts.
1136 is a bill that says at least the 5 to 10 lowest performing public schools in the state who have been the lowest performing over a long time. Not that they didn't just have a bad year. They've been bad at their job. They have done a very poor job of serving their students. You know what? Time's up. Our students can't wait any longer. The state can't wait any longer. And God knows the taxpayer can't wait any longer. So those school districts are going to be deconsolidated. And they are going to be – there's a second measure in the bill which suggests that they need to be made into charter schools, which charter schools are just public schools that have greater private freedom in how they operate. They're not fully private. They do have to adhere to a large series of state standards, but charter schools can come up with alternative ways for transportation, right? They don't just have to be big yellow school buses. So this would at least the top two that everyone's talking about, Gary Community Schools as well as Indianapolis Public Schools are getting the axe. Also some of the state's tiniest schools as well. Union, south of Muncie, that's a school with, I think, 3 people and 1 scarecrow that go there.
Right.
So as far as that district as well, the bleeding and crying, though, is music to my ears because I despise the administration in Indianapolis Public Schools because they have done irreparable damage to children, the Indianapolis community, and the state at large. So to watch them all cry because their 6-figure salaries might come to a close because, you know, they're about as useful as feet on a fish, that's just music to my ears.
And I saw last night old Boss Hogset himself made an appearance trying to rally the troops at IPS.
Sober?
I don't know about that,
Let's
but
not make assumptions here.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Away from a rehab facility in Richmond, allegedly, to step out in front and tell us all a little something on the sober end of things. I love they have to come out and rally because if IPS had numbers, if IPS performed, if IPS had ever done its job in making sure that a student got what they needed, you wouldn't need a rally. You could just say scoreboard.
Last thing here, Tony, we got about 30 seconds left here. What's your response when someone says, well, we just have to put more money into schools like IPS?
We've been doing that for, 25, 26 years of that exact same strategy, and the numbers are going down. Why? I mean, that's it. That's just you don't have to fancy it up any more than that. Just like it hasn't worked before, so do it again. Huh? Really?
What are you working on at the Daily Signal?
We're getting ready for Inauguration Day. Got a smash bang up show. Going to do it live from the swamp, and it's going to be fantastic.
Check him out Monday through Friday, usually at 7 p.m. Tonight we've got IU basketball, but tomorrow at 7 p.m. it's going to be amazing. The Tony Kennet Cast. That's Tony Kennet. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, Casey, did you know that the Social Security Trust Fund is expected to run out of money in less than 10 years?
Rob, that can't possibly be true.
Oh, it is. According to Barron's, an average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income.
Multiply that by 10 or 20 years, and it could easily add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's why it's critical you have the right strategy to file for Social Security.
Discover how you could wring every nickel out of your benefits with a